Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Uncut. And I'm Jody Coleman in the building. We here with my man, my brother, Jarrell Solo on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio.
Jody, we have a real live Cowboys fan on the show today. A real live Cowboys. Whoever thought we have a real Cowboy fan on this great show we have here? What's going on, Paul?
I know.
What's going on, Solo Sports? Yes, sir. Cowboys will be represented today. You best believe it.
Mike, Jody has some issues with his mic. What's going on, Paul? What you up to, brother?
Not much, man. Like this, maybe chime in here.
He turned his mic off. Hey, so what's your thoughts on the finals, man? On the Western Finals?
Man, I'm kind of getting like everybody else because we follow each other and I've got a pretty good gauge on our sports takes. And I've always been a defender of this current generation of NBA stars and superstars, but SGA is making it hard for me to not root for San Antonio, and I'm a Grizzlies fan. So with every game that passes, I want Wemby and the crew to get it.
Why don't you like SGA? Because he's Canadian. What's the beef with SGA, brother? Speak to me.
Last night's cut-ups. And you do a great job.
Paul, don't do that, Paul. Paul, you better than that, man. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Last night's cut-ups.
Uh-huh.
He was jumping on the ground every pass, every shot. Like, come on, man. Like, and I defend new school basketball. I do. But nah, man. Like that gave everybody who's a old heads, 90s was the best era. That's all you need right there. That mashup of SGA hitting the floor when nobody touched him.
Yeah, we gonna definitely get into that. We got my man King Minks in the building. He said, "What's going on? Everybody showing love like the Drake album. I like the Iceman. I like the Iceman album. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. You know, I'm a Drake fan. You know what I mean? But hey, real quick, man, we got a great show. We got the NBA playoffs today. We're gonna talk about the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference finals. Eastern Conference game 2 between the Knicks and the Cavs. We're gonna talk all about that. We're gonna also talk about the Western Conference finals. We'll talk about last night's game 2 and going into game 3. We'll go into what Paul was talking about with the flopping. They looking like fish out there flopping on the ground like a fish. Hey, but real quick, make sure we know who Paul is. Paul, hey, you with the Extra Point. Tasha should be joining us shortly, man. Talk to me about your show, The Extra Point, before we even get started. I want everybody to be able to see what y'all got going over there.
Hey, man. Well, first of all, like, this is the big leagues right here. So, like, the fact that I'm on this panel, I've always watched from the other side of my phone screen and my laptop. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. I see the numbers. I see what you guys are doing. You know, I got a little lemon booty right now. I ain't never been in front of a crowd this big, but excited and man, we do what we do. Me and Tasha, we kick the sports. We do a Saturday morning show. And we just have a good time talking sports. And Tasha, for those who may have seen her on your platform, you understand that anything can happen at any time with my homegirl on the set. So, yeah, just happy to be here.
Yeah, Paul, she always showing her cat on the show. I'm just saying. You got to tune in for that. You never know when the cat is going to show on the screen. Hey, big shout out to Kathy. She said, "What's up, Paul?" Kathy is one of our She's always here, man. She's all the way on the West Coast out in California, man. She's a big time Against the Grain sports fan. Appreciate her. But we're going to get right into it, man. And we're going to talk about tonight's game 2 between the Cavaliers and the Knicks. And I want to talk about this one because why is it so significant that I want to talk about this game? Because the last game, how do you have a 22-point lead? 22-point lead and lose by 11. You got a 22-point lead and lose by 11. I'm gonna let Paul, because Paul's a guest. I'm gonna let him go first. So, and I've said this 150 fucking times on the show. James Harden wants the season to be fucking over. Paul, what did you see in game 1 that I mean, how do you lose a 22-point lead? Only 4 teams in NBA history has lost a 22-point lead and lose by 11.
So first of all, you see me in the Michigan gear. I am not throwing shots at Cleveland or the state of Ohio when I say this, but you blow a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter systematically, like from top to bottom, everybody failed. Kenny Atkinson failed. You 18-1 run. We ain't burning through no timeouts, but you're putting them in your coffee the next morning. Like you didn't stop any momentum. Jalen Brunson had 5 fouls in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. You don't search him out on defense. He can't actually sit in the chair if he's not in foul trouble. So you don't search him out. You're getting, I mean, running the same play. Brunson is going at your boy Harden. He's scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring. Like it's systematic. Spider-Man, where you at? Somebody snatched somebody. Like I didn't see any of that. They just let it happen. And New York, hey, big up to New York, man. They took it.
No doubt. So, we've been talking about. I know people say don't have any James Harden slander, but it's hard not to. Right. When in Game 7, if Spidey didn't have the game he had a triple single. So in Game 7, he had a triple single. He had 9.6 rebounds, 5 assists. Or
how many turnovers? Turnovers.
And I think in that game he didn't have a lot of turnovers in Game 7. But yesterday's game, I believe he had 6 turnovers in that game. He had 3 assists to 6 turnovers in that game. Didn't shoot the ball. He hasn't shot the ball particularly well, and he's disinterested defensively, and he's disinterested offensively. He's not protecting the ball. So how does a team lose a 22-point lead in the second half and lose? Not only did they lose, they lost by 11.
Well, like Paul said, they didn't use your timeouts. What are you saving them for? The next game? But they don't roll over. These ain't rollover minutes. You got to use them right now. You don't use them now, you lose them. I don't understand that. And you're making James Harden your primary defender. When things start going left as the head coach, you know what? I'm going to call a timeout. Hey, James Harden, come over and sit down here over, dog, because you ain't stopping nobody right now. And everybody was, hey, no, I got this. I don't understand what they were doing. It just blows my mind. And then the crowd got into the game. You know how those Knicks fans are. And it's like when things start rolling downhill, they couldn't stop it. And then the Cleveland Cavaliers coach had the nerve to say today in the press conference that James Harden is a good defender.
No, he didn't say that. He said he's one of our better defenders. I want to make sure that's quoted correctly.
Well, that's a problem too.
It is.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
My granddaughter got better feet than James Harden on defense. She's only 2.
But I want to make sure he's quoted correctly, though. That's all I'm saying. I just want to make sure he quoted correctly. Now, real quick, King Mink said, I'm telling y'all guys, next year around this time, Against the Grain Sports will be known in the universe by everybody. Thank you. Thank you, my man, King Mink. King Mink, hey, Paul, King Mink is all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, man, representing.
Hey, man, we in the house, man. Tennessee, stand up. Grizzlies all the way.
Hey, and he a Grizzlies fan. That's my guy right there. Kathy said, I said bench his ass, talking about Harden has to go. My nephew, Donald, the voice of the youth, normally on the show, Paul, but he's at work, so he'll be back on Saturday. He said, all on Kenny and Donovan Mitchell led the lead dogs get a bucket and stop the bleeding. James Harden couldn't guard at 27. Why the hell would you think he can guard at 37? And then King Ming said they lost on the coach and players' perspective. This is my thing. You cannot lose a 22-point lead I believe in the fourth quarter, third or fourth quarter, you lost the lead. And Cat only had 13 points. The Cat was rather soft, and we like soft Cat around here. Cat was playing, he had 13 rebounds, but Cat normally is in the playoffs been giving you 20 plus points. They held Cat to 13 points. You cannot lose a lead of 22 points and the second leading scorer. Well, in the playoffs, he third lead, I think, and Anunoby averaged a little bit more points wise. But you can't let one of their top guys that not even getting it going. So just imagine when Cat get it going. Just imagine when if Cat get it going and he gives you he's accustomed to getting triple doubles in the playoffs. If he can get you 22 points, 13, 14 rebounds, and get a 6 assists, what are you gonna do then? So they sought him out defensively. They barbecue chicken, as Soul like to say, barbecue chicken the hell out of James Harden. He was marinated, scrumptious. Everybody, hey, he was like a $2 whore. Everybody wanted a turn. Everybody wanted a turn on his ass. Oh, everybody wanted to clap them cheeks.
Jody, in this day and age, it's still on the cost $2. Damn, that's cheap, man. Bro.
Hey,
Good
they
price.
None of that.
So everybody was trying to clap them cheeks on James Harden.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh, that's wild.
everybody, my man Eagles Philly, that's my guy too, man. He's all the way. Hey, Paul, he's all the way from Philadelphia, PA.
We the boys,
these
though.
are good brothers. Keep doing your thing.
We the boys,
Stay safe and stay blessed. Hey, man, he's an Eagle fan. I feel bad for his 76ers a little bit, but he a Phillies fan. He Philly all the way through, though. He a true Philly guy out here. King Ming said James Harden made Brunson look like a creative player. And he said, King Ming said, Jody, when it comes down to the cat, it matters how you play with it. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
But hold on. We could talk about Kenny Atkinson not calling timeouts. We could talk about James Harden defense. But we got to, Paul, and I'm going to go back to you. We got to talk about Donovan Mitchell disappearing. He's not off the hook either.
The best thing that happened to Donovan Mitchell this year was acquiring James Harden. So we're going to focus on James Harden's woes in the playoffs. When they're kind of the Spider-Man meme. If you take a look at Donovan Mitchell, he's been put in some he's been put in some advantageous positions to get it done, and he just hasn't done it.
Yeah, hold on. They said they ran a train on James Harden, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now, I'm officially on the show now. Yeah.
Oh man.
This is
wow.
Spider-Man. I mean, what? He hit 29 points.
That line was long too. Hurry up, dog. Hurry up, dog. I'm up next. Hurry up.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, just don't be the guy with the flowers at the end of the
Right. And don't be last. Get in there early.
It's time to cut the line.
Yeah, cut the line. Yeah, it's like TSC.
Now, Paul, if we talk about numbers, if you look at the raw numbers, Donovan Mitchell, his numbers are good, but what was his numbers third and fourth quarter when you in overtime when you needed him the most? That's why I say the Achilles heel of Cleveland is their bench. And you have Schroeder. He done played for every team in the
NBA. Literally.
So what did you think about Donovan Mitchell, his disappearing acts in the third quarter and overtime?
It was definitely a team effort. When they come in the second half, they definitely did that as a team. They lost that 22-point lead of the team. But we like Jody, you spoken all year how good you think Donovan Mitchell is. This is one of the reasons why people don't consider him the upper level superstar in the league, because those moments can't happen. I mean, bro, all you need is a couple buckets here and there. Yeah. Stop the tie from rolling downhill, and maybe you can win the basketball game. And he didn't do that. Maybe he's too busy looking at his sexy fiance sitting on the sidelines. I mean, she's easy on the eye. That's for damn sure. I don't know, but for them to go like that in the second half, remember when the Cavs played the Golden State Warriors in the finals that year, and who was the guy? J.R. Smith didn't know if they had a timeout or whatever, and ended up losing that game. They ended up getting swept. They almost won game one. I think this might happen again to the Cavaliers. I think they're going to get swept. I think that was their only chance to get in the series. I think it's over.
Real quick, sombering news: NASCAR great Kyle Busch had just passed away, guys.
Oh wow!
I heard about that earlier.
Yeah,
young guy, right? He was young. He's not that old.
41 or something like that.
Damn, I didn't know that. That's so thoughts and prayers go out to the family, to the NASCAR family, his personal family, people that love him, friends and family, man. So thoughts and prayers go out from Against the Grain Sports, because it's just been in my area where I'm from, guys, in Dayton, Ohio. I've lost like 3 friends in the last 10 days. So it's really, he was only 41 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Kathy broke the news. But real quick, King Minx said he liked Paul. So King Minx you already got a fan, Paul. He already put that in there. Donald said the Cavs just don't have a real star. Donovan Mitchell is not a number one option. Okay. But King Minx said the whole Paul isn't like his cousin Sharon Moore. Hey, listen.
Hey, he was not guilty. Y'all got to feel me. I think it's what Sharon said.
Hey, listen, I don't know nothing about that. But man, in this series now, let's talk. Game 1 is over with. You got to flush game 1. To be honest, them losing the Cavs losing game 1 is not detrimental, because honestly, New York is supposed to win that game. They have home court advantage for a reason. But now we got game 2. So And it's going to have to be some adjustments. And James Harden, I think once he starts struggling, I would bench him and play some of my younger guys. How long a leash do you give James Harden until you pull the plug on him?
Can he just play offense and just take him out on defense? I guess you'll run out of timeouts if you do that. You know, in hockey, they do that shit. They during the game in soccer, they can switch players in and out and switch them out on defense. You can't do that. If James Harden is not scoring, which he didn't do in game one, he doesn't help the team at all. He doesn't. I mean, because offense is really the only thing he gives you. If he's not giving you no offense and he's going to be sorry on the other end of the court, bench him. Simple as that. But I would say I don't see them benching him. I mean, the coach was just praising him in the press conference the other day. So they're probably not going to bench him, but they definitely something they should consider.
Yeah, and it's like with James Harden, it's like feast or phantom.
Yeah.
Once again, it's like if he was playing against Sacramento Kings, he'd chew Sacramento up. He'll score 40, 50 on Sacramento. But when he plays against a playoff team, he seems to be a shell of himself. He doesn't protect the basketball. Real quick, appreciate you, Kathy, on my friends that I have lost. Donald said it's hard being some people. Harden is the third best player, and he's getting the blame. I don't remember any of the third best players is even talked about in losses. They really don't even matter. Donald, I'm not going to let you say that James Harden. If James Harden is supposed to be an all-time great, and they brought James Harden over to take some of the pressure off of Donovan Mitchell, he's going to get some of the blame because right now he's supposed to be better than Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is not a second option on anybody's team that's going to compete for a championship. Let's just keep it all the way funky on that.
Evan Mobley's fault, though.
Kathy said they need to bench him. Paul, tonight, man, what do you think adjustments that Cleveland's going to have to do to try to steal a game so they can get home court? And how long at least do you give James Harden before he put up those triple single numbers before you pull him out?
If I'm Kenny Atkinson tonight, I'm playing his ass 48 minutes if he could hold up the whole game. I'm playing you the whole 48 minutes. I'm playing. We done gave up all this capital to bring you over. You're supposed to be the missing piece. If I don't stand 10 toes down on it now, I might lose Spider because if you Spider, I mean, you need him out there. Keep that heat off you. Hey, play him the whole game.
Well, what if Brunson goes for 80?
No, look. I'm just saying. I'm saying it in the sense of you got to go down with the people who brought you, or however that saying goes. Like we invested in you, we brought you over. You're supposed to be the missing piece. We by hook or by crook, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is further than we went. We're 4 wins away. No, you're gonna not beat the allegations, or you're gonna rise to the occasion. But I'm not pulling you.
This is what I would do as a coach, as being a creative coach. I used to coach, of course, I never coached on the NBA level, played Division II basketball, and I coached at the high school level. We did go to the state championship a couple times, but I would run a zone. I would run a zone to hide James Harden. If I'm going to play, like Sol said, you want him to play offense, but you can't play offense, have 3 assists and 6 turnovers. You can't have a 2-to-1 in favor of turnovers. You can't do that. Not in professional basketball. And some of the turnovers are just egregious. He was just throwing the ball away. He's very careless with the basketball. So I would mix up and run some zones. When Jaylen Brunson has the ball, I would run some zones, some zone concepts, keep him out of the pick and roll situations. And some other guys are gonna have to step up defensively. I would think about taking Dean Wade out the starting lineup and bring a more defensive-minded guy in, maybe Matt Stroh, maybe start him and put him on the primary ball handlers. But I would think about running zone probably 75% of this game, when James Brunson's in the game. I mean, Jaylen Brunson's in the game. That's the only way you're gonna protect James Harden, because if they go one-on-one, they just gonna keep picking him apart. And like Sol said, if you keep leaning on James Harden and saying that he's one of your better defenders, you're gonna lose everybody else on the team. Because you gotta last year, the defensive player of the year was Evan Mobley, right? Wasn't he the defensive player of the year last year?
Was that last year?
That was last year.
Was it Rudy?
Was it Rudy last year? No, I thought it was Evan Mobley last year.
I can't remember.
I think it was Evan Mobley. Somebody fact check me. I think Evan Mobley was at but yeah, and once again, my guy, this is my guy right here, Russell Higgins. I've been knowing Russell since elementary school, Paul. Like we 35 years in. He said, I think it doesn't matter how many minutes he played. James Harden is James Harden. He's never going to do what needs to be done to win a ring. He's not a team player, and we know this. He shouldn't be surprised about this. we are expecting too much from him. Maybe that's the case. Maybe we're looking to see if we trying to get Rolls Royce status out of a Honda Civic. So
maybe they putting the wrong gas in the car. I don't know. I don't know. Some ain't going right with that kid.
Hold on, real quick. Why did King Mink said so, Jody? Who wins 1-on-1 between you and me and Steve? I will beat the fuck out of Stephen A. Smith. He wouldn't even score on me. Like I can play some basketball. Stephen A. Smith will not score a fucking bucket on me. That broke
Stephen A. Smith.
Clip that. Somebody clip that. Send that.
No,
we want to see that.
So
somebody clip that.
Get that right here, because we about to be on. And Stephen A. Smith, like I said, we're gonna talk about him a little later in the show. 1-on-1, I will whoop Stephen A. Smith ass. Even before his knee injury when he was in college, I will I will score 40 on Stephen A. Smith.
I want to fight Stephen A. Smith. You see them slow punches he was throwing when he was working out.
I want to fight for basketball. I will wear his ass out. So give me a prediction, Paul, tonight in the Eastern Conference Final in Game 2. Who do you like in Game 2? Can the Cavaliers respond from this collapse, or the Knicks go up 2-0 going into Cleveland?
I think that Cleveland will respond tonight, and I think they'll get it done. They've been incredibly resilient in these playoffs. Like inconsistent, resilient, tomato. Like they're one of the two, or maybe both, but they're resilient. So just when you think, oh man, that was some foul play by Cleveland, they come back and win. And they just took their foot off the gas. I believe Sol said it. You're a superstar. You got to stop an 18-1 run. One of them are going to do that. You know, I think that Cleveland ties us up tonight.
So you got put it on record, on wax. You got the Cavs winning Game 2.
I got the Cavs winning Game 2 in the Garden.
So you got them getting home court advantage. Okay. So who do you got in Game 2 between the Knicks and the Cavs?
I'm going Knicks, man. Honestly, y'all might not like this, but I think Knicks been playing the second best basketball in these playoffs behind the Spurs.
They have.
I think Oklahoma City really ain't played no damn body. Now they're playing a real team and they going through hell. So I like the way the Knicks been playing. Ever since they went down 1-2 against the Atlanta Hawks, they've been playing some really good basketball. So I think they'll keep their foot on the gas and go up 2-0 against the Cavaliers.
I'm gonna agree. Sorry, Paul. I'm gonna agree with my guy, Soul on Sports, with the Knicks. And the reason why I'm going with the Knicks is because those adjustments to make in one day, it's hard to make the adjustments defensively in one day. So I'm gonna go with the Knicks, and because once again, Cat did not play his best basketball, and they still won by 11 in overtime. So I expect Cat to not be so soft, even though we like a soft Cat, but I expect soft Cat to actually hit some perimeter jump shots, take Jared Allen away from the basket, and if they switch up, put Evan Mobley on him, I think he can barbecue chicken Evan Mobley in the post. Even though Evan Mobley, like I said, I think last year he was the defense player of the year. So I like the Knicks because Jalen Brunson, I don't think he's not going to repeat the 38 points he had in Game 1, but I do think he's going to be effective. And one thing we got to put in consideration, Anunoby did not play a lot of minutes. Remember, he sat out the whole third quarter. So he's not 100% healthy, and I think every game that he plays, he's getting a little bit more healthy. And I think Anunoby I believe, is the second leading scorer in these playoffs. So if Anunoby can get going, and we were talking shit about Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges has been playing fantastic, guys.
He has.
He's been playing fantastic. So I like the Knicks. Kathy said she got the Cavs. Donald said, I don't know about Game 2, but the Cavs and Thunder in the finals. He said he thinks it's going to be the Cavs and Thunder. Ooh. But that's what we got on that series. Before we go on to the next series, I got to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Michael Wright, attorney at law. If you have a wrongful death, personal injury, just call Mike. Look at the shirt. Just call Mike at 937-222-7477. You call him anywhere in the country. He has a law office that can stretch out across the 50 states. If you have any problems, Michael Wright is your guy for any legal problems that you have. So call Michael Wright at 937-222-7477. Had to throw it out there. That's our sponsor, Paul. We got to give big shout out.
That was smooth when you said the 7-7, brother. That was smooth.
Hey, he's big. He's big time in the city of Dayton, but his legal office stretches across the country. Russell said he got the Knicks, and he said the Knicks Game 2. Don't know what version of the Harden we're going to get. I don't have confidence in him at all. And King Mink said he's going with the Knicks as well. So let's go over to the Western Conference, which we knew that the Western Conference series was going to be exactly what we're getting. I didn't expect Paul, I didn't expect all these guys being out on both sides of the ball. We've seen that in the game. I think after the second quarter, Jaylen Williams, he went out. We know De'Aaron Fox has not played in the series yet, and then we lost Dylan Harper. Right. And we still seeing fantastic basketball. Paul, what do you think about? Let's talk about last night's game before we do a prediction on Game 3. What you think about Game 2 that the Thunder was able to step up like champions and respond and win that game at home?
Well, my first thought about Game 2 was welcome to the new NBA where you can apparently get 10 fouls, 11 fouls on one player. Isaiah Hartenstein on line one. I think the officiating, I hate to go to officiating. I think the officiating on Victor Wembanyama was criminal last night with the arm bars. That's a technical foul in college basketball. I know that's a different sport, but they were doing it every play. I think somebody got the dreads yanked. Like Stephon Castle, way to bam on him, though. I just think I don't want that to be the narrative of what we've seen as very high-level basketball. It was just very frustrating that OKC can play with the type of physicality they can play with, and other teams aren't able to do the same. We'll see if that evens out over the course of this series. I think Stephon Castle is going to be the reason why San Antonio don't advance. Too many turnovers. That's egregious. 20 turnovers in 2 games. I think that's an NBA record. Come on. Man.
It is.
Harden, for goodness sake, 20, bro, in games that are very close with 5 minutes left to go. I got my Spurs in 6, but
now, yeah. Paul, everybody know I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm not being a homer. But I'm gonna defend Stephon Castle before I get this off. The 20 turnover, he played 50 minutes or 47, 50 minutes in the game prior to. He's not supposed to be handling the ball because De'Aaron Fox is not in the lineup. And then last night, Dylan Harper, who is another guy that would normally handle the ball, was out of the lineup. So he had the bulk of the ball handling. And we know how good OKC's perimeter defense is. And they had McClut. Well, who the fuck was it? I don't even know dude on the roster got in the game for Spurs last night. And he brought a guard off the bench that we had never seen all season. And that's the only thing I'm going to say. But 20 turnovers is egregious. And also, too, before I get to Paul, Paul, you said, was it physical or was it dirty on the part of the Thunder?
It's dirty. It was dingy, dusty, musty, dirty. It was dirty. Just Isaiah Hartenstein was dirty. Now, Luke Dort, I've always had my own issues with the way he clipped my boy Ja out the air last year, broke his hip, way he tried to take out Joker. I'm coming into this with some preconceived ill will towards OKC from old beef. I'm going to just be upfront about that. That being said, if you let San Antonio play with the same level of physicality as OKC, I think this thing is over in 6. I think San Antonio is clearly the better team, provided they get their backcourt together. Because without Harper, without Fox, they don't stand a chance.
Absolutely. So last night was a very physical game. It was back and forth like we expected. As I'm gonna go with Paul, he said it was more dirty than it was physical. We saw Stephon Castle's braids literally get pulled from the fuck. You saw, and the ref was looking like,
right,
like I've never seen a guy's braids get pulled.
Me neither.
But so, what did you think about Game 2 with all the injuries on both sides of the ball? Significant players out on both sides of the ball. What did you think about that game? Was it physical or was it dirty, in your opinion?
It was a little of both. I think Hartenstein is one of those players that they don't expect much. I say, hey man, look, if you foul out in the first half, whatever, you need to be physical with Wemby because we really don't need you that much. Right. So I guarantee if he tries that same shit tomorrow night, he probably had 3 fouls in the first quarter, but because be back here in San Antonio. But he did his job. I'm pretty sure they told him to do exactly what he did. And they're not calling it, so he's gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna grab his other arm. The referees are not gonna call. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna pull people's braids. I'm gonna keep doing it until they call. I'm gonna step on Wemby's foot. We're at the free throw line. Little stuff they're doing like that to get under their skin, and until they start calling, they're gonna keep doing the same old thing, man. But with the injuries, Jody and Paul, is I don't know who's gonna be healthy to play the next round. I mean, it's only been 2 games, but it seems like it's been like 4. I mean, both games have been really good, man. It's been back and forth, really good basketball games. The Knicks are gonna be ready for whoever comes out of the West. They're gonna be all beat up.
You already crowning the Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks going to the finals, man. They finally going back to the finals. But I think it was a really good game yesterday. I'm impressed with the Spurs because they could have easily laid that. Hey, man, we got to split. But no, they fought back and they got it at the end of the game. They cut it to like maybe 3 points or two or 3 points. They had a shot to win it at the end with all the injuries, and Wemby was clearly tired from the game before and them pulling on him and shit the whole game. So he was worn out after that game. He'll probably be a little bit more fresher tomorrow night. I expect the Spurs to probably get back on track and get a win tomorrow.
Okay. Well, they did get the split like I told you they was going to do. They do have home court. King Ming said FOKC. Donald said hard signs playing like the 90s. You can't hoop, go foul, look pretty normal for 30-year-old and up. Donald, you ain't about to play us like that. We could really hoop. Like, it is some dirty players that go to dirty tactics when they can't stop somebody. That was never me. But King Ming said Wemby's going to show out tomorrow. My thing in this series is so Paul, you will know as we go on with our friendship and our alliance in the both Against the Grain Sports and the Extra Point, you will start seeing I never complain about the referees. The reason why I don't is because reffing is a part of the game, Paul. There's nothing we can do about it. If they didn't call it, then they didn't see it, then it didn't happen. I mean, this is what it is. So I'm not, even though I'm a Spurs fan, did I see Stephon Castle's hair get pulled? Did I see the arm bar? Did I see some of the flopping? Did I see Oklahoma City flopping on them like they're a fish out of water? Like everybody's fucking on the ground. Everybody's gyrating for extra calls to get to the line. Because you seen what happened in game one. SGA was neutralized when he couldn't get to the line. Right. When he couldn't get to the line, his points per game is going to go down if you cut his free throw attempts in half. Right. Now, that was in OKC. Now, you come into San Antonio, and I believe that referees travel. I believe that when I say what I mean by that is you got home court, you're going to get some home cooking. Those refs are not going to let Wemby get beat up, or we're going to see Wemby go to the line 22 times. Because you're not going to get that off in San Antonio, and I don't think either one of the teams are trying to dictate the game for us refs, and I don't want those guys to be the star of the game. But what I say is dirty. I'm okay with it, Paul. I'm okay with it because guess what? Was good for the goose got to be good for the gander. So
let the gander foul hard too, though. That's what we want. I want to see the gander be able to foul too. Don't parade SGA to the line when he's hooking and holding. Let's keep it consistent.
That's true. Kathy said, "Is the Spurs the new bad boys?" I don't think so. I don't personally think so. He said Castle is giving away gifts like open turnover the ball. Like, you get a turnover. And then King Ming said, "But when will the hillbilly Chet step up in his game?" Go ahead, Paul.
I just got a question for you, real quick, Jody. How the hell are you a Spurs fan?
Man, I've been a Spurs fan since '87, man. I like David Robertson when he came out of the neighborhood.
Okay, all right.
So
I ain't know if you're one of these Spurs fans. I saw.
Yeah, I'm not a new age Spurs. I've been a Spurs fan since as long as I almost been a Cleveland Brown fan. And I'm, you know why I'm a Browns fan. You know why I'm a Ohio State fan. But like with the Spurs, I've seen them, and people don't know my second. I'm gonna let you go first. Can you guess who my second favorite basketball team was?
The NBA team.
Yep. I'm gonna let you guess.
East Coast or West Coast? Give me a hint.
West Coast.
I'm gonna go Clippers.
No. I'm going. Only person know this answer is probably my brother Jason. Who you think, Paul? Just give me a guess. It's a West Coast team.
Sonics.
Who?
Seattle Supersonics.
Nope, the Phoenix Suns. I used to love Kevin Johnson. I was a huge Kevin Johnson fan. Kevin Johnson and Tom Chambers was like, I love them too. Mark West, Dan Morley, Eddie Johnson. I love it. I remember Richard Dumas. Y'all remember Richard Dumas?
Yeah, I remember Richard Dumas.
So
did he have two knee breaks? I remember Richard Dumas.
Yeah, I had a Spurs shirt. My mom bought me a Spurs shirt from a place called Hans here. So anybody, I know Russell and my nephew laugh. It was a place called Hans. It was like a low budget place, and my mom bought me a Spurs shirt, and she bought me a Phoenix Suns shirt, and that's how I became fans. And I just dropped
it. Sorry to digress. I was just curious because I'm like, I get sold being a center. I was just wondering, did you come over with Wemby?
No. I even liked them before they got Tim. My favorite Spur was Sean Elliott.
Well, the Spurs are the luckiest franchise in NBA history.
They really are. They really are.
They are. There's nothing wrong with it. I want to be
real.
lucky. Like I want the Spurs organization to buy my lottery ticket. Them some bitches can
That's
get that
real,
first
though.
pick.
That's real.
We're not about to do this on this show.
It's okay.
We're not doing it on this show.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I wish my team was as lucky as you guys.
Me too.
Y'all are.
No, we're not.
We're gonna talk about the Mavericks in just a minute.
Oh boy.
Russell Higgins said he said he got the Knicks and Spurs in the finals. Cleveland got a weak link on the team defensively. Defenses win games. King Mink said he thought it was a super sign. No, I didn't care too much for the super sign. And then Kathy said she's also a Boston Celtic fan. But so Paul, I'm gonna go back up to you. Game 3. Who wins game 3 in San Antonio? Hopefully everybody will be healthy in that game.
Okay, so if everybody's healthy in that game, I got San Antonio winning a close one. I think that that OKC tasted blood and they're professional snipers. That's what they do. They go out, they win, and they go home. So, I mean, San Antonio, I think it's going to be a great weekend of basketball. I got San Antonio if they can get Fox back and or Harper, one of the two. Castle, and you made some great points as to why he struggled being the primary the ball handler, but well, you can't turn the live ball turnovers against OKC as a recipe for disaster. But I like San Antonio in game 3.
What the fuck happened to Fox? I didn't even see him get hurt in that.
They say he hurt his ankle. Maybe he hurt his ankle in the last series.
When? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Was he chasing after some chicks? I don't know. Anyway, Kathy said she
was out watching y'all show.
Kathy said she went to school with Kevin Johnson in 1984. She graduated with him in Sacramento. Big shout out to
KJ.
KJ was that guy.
Remember he dunked on Olajuwon
twice. Y'all know he dunked on him twice. He got 2 dunks on Olajuwon. King Ming said Spurs win tomorrow by 5. Now, Solo on Sports, what do you think game 3? What can we expect, and who wins that game?
Spurs gonna get back home. The fans been waiting. They're at the airport waiting on them. They can't wait till game 3. They're gonna be ready to be loud in that stadium. The Coyote gonna be going crazy. Williams being out for Oklahoma City, I would say that would be a big problem. He's only played like 30 games all year, so him being injured, they're kind of used to playing without him. So maybe that won't hurt them that much. Because I don't think he's probably done for the rest of this series. I mean, them hamstrings, you just can't get them back right. But I think the Spurs will take care of business at home. They get back home, get their home cooking, and they'll probably get a big victory. It wouldn't shock me if they didn't win by 10 plus points tomorrow. I got Spurs winning tomorrow.
Okay, like Russell said, he didn't see the injury in Game 6 in Minnesota either. I don't know when
he twisted his ankle in the Minnesota series. I saw it,
but he played the whole game.
I know. I don't know. Maybe re-aggravated during practice. I don't know what the hell happened. Well,
my thing is this. I looked at yesterday's games for the Spurs is almost like a must-win because a lot of times a split is cool, but if you go up 2-0 and you get 2 road wins, it's almost like it's hard to get out of the hole. So I think the series, now we talking about a 5-game series right now. And the Spurs do have home court in this series. Wemby needs to get some rest, but it's hard to get rest when you only got 1 day in between. You know, normally on travel days, remember they used to give you 2 days on travel days, but now they only giving them 1 day. They play tomorrow night, guys. And they actually are leaving Oklahoma City and San Antonio are not too far apart. But the thing about it, remember they used to give those 2 days of travel. That I think that favors Oklahoma City because of the depth they got on their roster. Casey Wallace, AJ Mitchell, Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, Alex Caruso has been playing fantastic basketball. But I think the Spurs, if they at least get Dylan Harper back, I think wins this game. Because that's like Paul said, it's gonna take the pressure off of Castle. Can I stop for a second? Did y'all see what the fuck Castle did to Isaiah Hartenstein?
Yeah.
That's
why he pulled his braids later on. He said, "You motherfucker dunked it on me."
Yeah. Oh snap! Oh yeah. That's it. So
Stephon Castle put Isaiah Hartenstein in a fucking basket with him.
He did.
I jumped out of my seat. I had to record that real quick. Like, let me put that was a throwback dunk. And Castle, man, has been the most consistent player on the Spurs roster since his playoff started because he hasn't missed game. Wemby has been out because he hit his face in the concussion protocol. He missed that game. He missed the game following. Then also he was out with the elbow. So the most consistent person, De'Aaron Fox is out. So Dylan Harper's out. So the most consistent person is Castle. So that's
Castle's a dog, man. He's really good.
That's why I'm gonna give Castle a break on his 20 turnover. He averages a triple-double in turnovers. So
hey, one other thing, man. Let's go ahead and say, man, Chet's softer than wet toilet paper. I don't know if he pisses on himself when he sees Wemby, but he don't be doing shit against Wemby, bro. I mean, you damn near as tall as this dude, but you scared of y'all built the same. Y'all both built like skeletons, and he just like he's scared of this dude. It's really weird how he like bitches out every time he sees Wemby step on the court. He even sitting on the bench, he's like, man, I hope they don't put me back in. I'm scared. That's the vibe I get.
It ain't no fucking way. I'm a competitor. When I see Wemby, I'm like, put me on Wemby if he barbecue chicken me. But guess what? If he barbecue chicken me, I'm a barbecue chicken him on the other end. He don't have that intensity.
No, let's put Caruso on him. What the fuck? Caruso's 6'4" on a good day.
I think putting Caruso on him was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
But real kind of worked though.
When he had 41 and 24.
But I mean, he didn't play him. He didn't get all of them on Caruso. He got him on that.
Hold on. Did you see the fourth quarter in overtime when they kept lobbing the ball over his head? He was dunking backwards. He was barely jumping, dunking. You can't put a guy that small. You can't put a guy that small on him. That shit works.
You can't put a big guy on this. I don't know if that shit work.
But I mean, you can do it if you can push him away from the basket. Like, remember, he was doing that because. Remember the Denver series last year, Caruso was guarding the Joker because the Joker played so far away from the basket. That's okay if you playing him on the perimeter. Yeah, he's an excellent guy. But once he get in that paint, he has no leg to stand on. King Ming said, but the turnovers are hurting them. Talking about Castle, he said Chet soft as cookies in the oven with milk in them. We like boneless cookies as well. We're touched that when you need it. Russell said Castle totally disrespected dude badly. Castle is going to get better and better, and the playoffs is going as the playoffs going. I like him and Harper even worse. Harper Soul was big on Harper. So he felt like Harper is the second best player on the Spurs.
I like his game, but Jody, you just made a great point about Caruso and guarding bigs and doing it better on the perimeter. Remember last year's first round when he did that to Jaren Jackson Jr. because Jaren Jackson Jr. refuses to get his big ass on the block. They got him traded, basically.
Hey, Paul, the Grizzlies were in the playoffs last year?
Oh, man, we made it 44 minutes.
I'm sorry. I don't recall that. Hey, Paul, are we talking about a play-in game or a playoff game? Because it was a difference.
It was a playoff game, bro. It was a play. We made the 8th seed.
So they average margin of losing was like 37 points.
We lost by 50 in one of them. That was skewed.
You know what, Paul? You're right. I remember that y'all beat us in that play-in game to get into the tournament, and we lost, and we got the first pick.
We should have took the lottery pick because we got I got hurt. But that's what Caruso did to Jaren Jackson Jr. because Jaren Jackson wouldn't punish him in the paint.
Yeah,
right. But speaking of that, guys, and I'm gonna go to Soul on this one. I don't know who came up with this, but the Dallas Mavericks have relieved Jason Kidd of his head coaching duties. I thought he did relatively well, especially with Cooper Flag. Remember, everybody was questioning him, putting him at the point guard position, but I think that unlocked his true potential at Cooper Flag. Then you get rid of him. Yeah. And it's like, but you don't get rid of him soon as the season over. You wait almost, the playoffs is almost at the finals, and now 2 months after the season over, now you get rid of him. So what's the move, and where do you go next? What coach is available?
I don't know, Jody, but I do know they hired a new GM, the brother from the Toronto Raptors. They gave him full power. He's the only GM. He's the president. He can do whatever he wants. You come in and you want to change things up. You want to bring in your own guy. And no sense in this whole, hey, man, I didn't hire Jason Kidd. If shit don't work out, you have to fire him during the season. Let's go ahead and do it now and start all over again. And if it don't work, at least you're doing it your way. I think that's a lot how these GMs look at it. I'm not 100% sold on Jason Kidd being fired, but, I mean, this brother's got a game plan. We haven't been winning the last couple of years, so hopefully he can come in there and change it up.
Hold on, so.
What's up?
Kyrie Irving didn't play all year.
I know.
They lose Luka Doncic.
They're going to trade him too.
But you got to get him on the court to trade him. Yeah. And then Gafford, you got Gafford. He's been in all year. You make a trade midseason to trade away Anthony Davis. He didn't really play when he was there. Then you bring in Chris Middleton. I mean, you got a mass unit, and you get fired.
Yeah, but as a new president, you don't care about none of that shit. That shit happened before you got there. This is my team now, so I'm gonna blow this thing up and build around Cooper Kupp. I'm gonna give me a new coach. I'm gonna give me a new everything. That's just the way he's gonna do it. If it don't work out, it could be on him. At least he can say he did it his way. I think that's his way of thinking. Jason Kidd will get another job if he wants one.
Cooper flag, but I think Jason Kidd, that's the thing. If Jason Kidd was on the market and Dallas was looking for a coach, Jason Kidd would be the coach they hired.
Well, not according to Jason Kidd's been there, so no, he wouldn't be the guy they hired. He's already there. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying if Jason Kidd was on the market and he's never coached for Dallas,
we didn't know Jason Kidd was that good of a coach, but he didn't do a great job at other places he was there. Let's be out there. He didn't do a great job in the other jobs he had before.
He was solid in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but it's not like Jason Kidd was out there taking teams to the conference finals and shit before he got to Dallas. I'm glad he was there. He did take us to the finals a few years ago, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
So O said, you want to coach him?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want them to give me a 5-year guaranteed deal and fire me after 6 months. They still got to pay my head.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's crazy. Paul, what did you think about? Because to me, it was a curveball. I didn't see this coming because Kyrie.
I'm not shocked.
I really didn't see this coming. What do you think about Jason Kidd being fired from the Dallas Mavericks?
Can I put on my tinfoil hat?
Go ahead.
Are y'all entertain conspiracy theories?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think this was the ultimate last chess move of the ownership playing chess. I think at the core of this whole thing, the unraveling, was the ownership scoffing at the idea of paying Luka Doncic $450 million on the Supermax. And so they had the who was the guy? Help me out, so your previous GM that got fired.
The brother from Nike. What is his name?
Yeah, the brother from Nike. So you the puppet to move him to LA. We get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
We're tying up all loose ends like any mafia movie. And the last loose end is Jason Kidd. So because of all of the bad press that we receive from our fan base, and especially I live here in Dallas. I'm 15 minutes away from the American Airlines Center. It's visceral down there. You got to get rid of the last piece. And they set the thing in motion by leaking before they fired him that he was one of the intricate parts of trading Luka. So people can stomach it. Like, oh, you was in on it too? Get the hell out of here. All right. Luka's gone.
Yeah.
50 million's gone. Kids gone. The old GM's gone. Our fans are back happy.
Now, Paul, I agree. And my kids live in Arlington, so they live right by you.
Oh, y'all got money.
No, I ain't got no money. That's their mama.
I'm just saying, do you do it big, my brother?
But this is the thing, Paul. Only thing you're missing is the Kyrie Irving 3-year, $139 million deal that Dallas gave to them, and he didn't play a play this season.
Would you want to stay with Cooper Flag if you were Kyrie? I like Cooper Flag's game. Situation.
Both of them are now ball dominant. And I don't know if that works, even though Luka was ball dominant when Kyrie was there. We don't know what Kyrie Irving we're going to get when he comes back. Missing a whole year off of a tremendous leg injury, getting back to the offense. Klay Thompson's there. He's coming out there. He's heartbroken over Megan.
He gonna be traded too.
And I don't know, man. I'm Dallas maybe. I don't know, man. Firing Jason Kidd, I don't think, to me, was the answer. If you was going to fire him, it should have been immediately after the season, so you could have went onto your coaching search. Now, who you going to go with?
But they didn't have a GM. Well, they fired the GM. They didn't have one. They had to wait till they hired the GM. That way he could decide whether or not he wants to keep.
I get that.
I like that hire too for the GM, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good GM.
This is what I'm saying. So is he going to go back and try to reach for Toronto ties? Like,
I have no idea, bro.
The only coach that he had was Nick Nurse, and Nick Nurse is with the 76ers. Yeah. So I'm like, that's who won the championship in Toronto. If we gonna go there, is he gonna go new? Is he gonna bring Sam Cassell in? Is he gonna go Rondo? Is he gonna go Jerry Stackhouse? Are you gonna regurgitate other coaches that have already? You gonna go get Devin Ham, a guy that hasn't got another opportunity? Like, where do you go?
I have no idea, Joey. I don't know what his game plan is, but I guess we'll find out because he hasn't really said anything. The only thing he did say, he talked about Kyrie Irving and want to play him with Cooper Cooper Flag and see how that works out. He might just be hyping him up so he's gonna trade him. You just never know what these GMs are thinking. But yeah, he looks great. He's this and that, or they can trade him. So you never know what these teams are thinking.
King Mink said that maybe Vinny Del Negro might be up for the Mavs coaching job. Vinny Del Negro that played for the Spurs.
Yeah. Okay.
Kathy said, Jarrell, if you get hired as the Dallas job, can I get an assistant? She said, can she get an assistant coaching job there?
We're all going to be there about 6 months, and you're going to fire all of us. We're going to get paid, though.
I like that plan.
To be honest, I'm uncertain about the future with the Dallas Mavericks because you just 2 years ago, y'all were in the NBA Finals with Luka Doncic, and then now we're 2 years later, and I don't like it. Money grows on trees in the NBA. So paying Luka Doncic $400 million is okay when he's down there the best player in the NBA. I mean, come on, guys. He got in shape. So evidently, just force him to get in shape like LA did. He led the NBA in scoring. He's gonna give you 33, 9, and 9 every year he's only 26 years old. So I really don't like what Dallas did. I don't like you got Cooper Flag. That's cool. When you talk about lucky franchises, how the fuck you get rid of Luka Doncic? Then
that was already set up. You already know that.
That's what I'm saying.
Luka wasn't the number one pick. We didn't get no like you guys. You motherfuckers get the first pick. Luka was like the fourth pick that draft.
Yeah, because he got traded. Actually, the pick was Trae Young.
It was only a pick before. It wasn't the first pick like you guys get all the time.
Listen, man, I don't want to hear that shit.
Y'all had it 3 times.
And Wemby is a wild trio.
Yeah, and it's a generational player there every time. It's not so.
They always play
what's that brother that got drafted by the Cavaliers that year? There's no one pick. What's his name? He wasn't that damn good.
Anthony Bennett.
There you go. It wasn't no Anthony Bennett. Michael McKenzie.
Trash draft either when y'all got the number 1 pick.
Hey, listen, don't get mad at the game. Okay. Or the players. Don't get mad at us. Russell said, I think that the Dallas Mavericks need to get a young coach on the side. Flag, Kyrie together needs a young-minded going into the future. Kid can't get them there. Stackhouse is not a bad idea. And Key Meeks was talking about Anthony Bennett. But, yeah, that was our NBA portion of the show. We got some good games going on this weekend. Once again, Against the Grain Sports is sponsored by Michael Wright, attorney at law. If you got a wrongful death, personal injuries, anything legal, just call Mike. Like I said, you see the shirt? I got my shirt. Just call Mike. Call him at 937-222-7477. Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the 50 states, you can reach his office and he can take care of you with any legalities that you may have. Is that a word? Can I use that? Legalities?
Did I make that a word?
Kimi said, I think the Mavs need to go get Rondo. That might be good. Rondo getting the head coaches. They let everybody else.
Yeah, there was an eye roll down there on Rondo. I saw an eye roll.
Hold on, Paul. They let everybody else get a fucking coaching job.
Is he going to teach Cooper Flag that back?
Fucking coaching job. He coached a 3rd grade team.
I'm just saying eye rolled.
Hey, Jody, is Rondo going to teach Cooper Flag that fake backwards pass and come back up the layup?
Hey,
Rondo had a run though. Rondo had a run. He had a run when he was all right.
And Rondo was a leader.
Where's Rondo? Is he a coach anywhere right now?
No, I think he was with the Pelicans. I believe he's like an assistant coach or something down there with the Pelicans. I'm not sure.
I think Meek said a young coach. Would Cassell be considered a young coach if he's never had a head coaching job, or is he old?
I think he means young, far as never been a coach, so you don't have any bad habits, maybe, Paul.
Because Cassell keeps going through the cycle. He's the Eric Bieniemy of the NFL. I mean NBA. You know, his name gets brought up, but he never lands anywhere. So I didn't know if he would be considered a new coach.
He's been assistant for a long time. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
He said maybe one of the Van Gundy. No, the Van Gundy brothers don't coach no fucking way. They had their time. Jeff Van Gundy and
they're good on
TV.
TV.
Had their opportunity.
They're good on TV.
Yeah, they had their chance.
What's the other Van Gundy name? The one that's on TV right now.
Jeff and Stan.
Stan, yeah, he's one that look like the porn star, right? He one that look like Ron Jeremy.
Hey, Paul, you still got some time for us to hang around?
Yeah, man, let's roll.
All right. So real quick, man, we talked about this on the last show. We're talking about what's up to my man Richard Norvell, man. That's another guy, Paul, man, been with Against the Grain Sports since day one, man. Richard Norvell in the building. He said what's good to the fellas. We talked about this, Paul, and we talked about Stephen A. Smith seemed to always get his name tangled with somebody. Now the latest person is Jaylen Brown. He's telling him he need to be quiet. He's telling him that if you really want me to go back and really do journalism, I can tell you what Jason Tatum said. Why is Jason Tatum not on your podcast? He said the reason why is because he's right here on First Take. I don't know if he thought he ate on that with saying that. He gets into it with Jason Whitlock. He then got into it with Matt Barnes. Got into it with LeBron James. And now, like I said, the latest beef he got with Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown is not holding back at all. What did you think about this scenario? First, let's talk about the actual initial beef between the two. Then we'll talk about Stephen A. Smith, why he always getting into it with other African-American journalists.
Man, it's a lot to unpack with this. So I guess first question, my thoughts about it, I just think it's unfortunate and it's unnecessary for somebody with the platform and your place at a company like ESPN for you to undermine your business partners, which is the NBA. This has been my biggest beef with Stephen A. Smith, is that the NBA is the one getting caught in the wash. I think there was a interview where they said nobody wants to be the face of the league, or who wants to sign up for this shit, is what one of the players said, because you're going to have the Stephen A. Smith beefing with you openly, threatening to expose text messages, man. Like, I mean, we're talking about professional athletes that you're really supposed to be a conduit to engage us and make us want to watch. I watch your show Against the Grain, and I get breakdowns, analysis, jokes. I get ready for the games that are coming. This has nothing to do with getting ready for the game. There was nothing about his on-the-court game. Okay, so yeah, maybe it was in poor taste to some people that he said this was his best season when Tatum wasn't there. I thought he gave an eloquent answer on why, because other people stepped up and they exceeded expectations. I'm very, very, very frustrated with ESPN, and I'm very elated that the NBA expanded its brand to Peacock and Amazon Prime.
Hey, it's always good to be on the cot, Paul. I'm just saying. Everybody trying to get on the cot.
Quick with them. You and Tasha are very quick with it with these. Y'all are very good at these.
I'm just saying, Paul, you want to be on the cot. Real quick, King Ming said, so he said, Drew, what do you think about Mark Jackson potentially taking over the Dallas Mavericks? I don't think Mark Jackson's gonna ever get a job in NBA.
No, I don't see him coaching the NBA anymore.
He also said if you're a black athlete, Stephen A. Smith dislikes you. He said you black, you can't confront Stephen A. Smith, or he will say anything about you. He's a buster. And he said Stephen A. Smith loved Dana White, or anything white. Okay. So we know about the Dana White situation. We know about that. He smacked the shit out of his girl, and all of a sudden he didn't have anything bad to say. Anything. He didn't. That Dana White should have been reprimanded and never had an opportunity to be on the platform of ESPN after what he did to his wife. Because what is that? That is spousal abuse. We don't ever put our hands on women, but I guess that was cool. But Ray Rice wasn't. But okay, anyway. Soul on Sports.
Yes, sir.
We talked about this on the show before, and this is probably gonna be the last time we talk about it. But the beef just seemed like it always just keeps brewing. And I seen that Nick Wright, and I'm not a big Nick Wright fan, but Nick Wright was completely on base with what he said. And if you didn't hear what he said, this is what and I quote, he said that Stephen A. Smith is not the journalist that he started out to be. He said, your job is to tell everybody what you know. So if you know about what Jason Tatum said or the Boston Celtics said about Jaylen Brown, you need to report that. He said, you don't hide it in your pocket and play it in spades like the big joker. You tell everybody what you know. That's your job. But you're holding on to it until you get pinned in the corner, and then boom. Well, this is what Jason Tatum said. This is what, and then Kendrick Perkins jumped on board, and I guess he sold some text message. Kendrick Perkins, come on, bro. I love Kendrick. You need to focus on talking a little bit faster.
Hey, don't make fun of us Texas boys, man. We slow it down here a little bit, Joey.
But so what do you think about this beef with Stephen A. Smith and Jaylen Brown? I know we talked about it earlier, but we're gonna talk about it again because Jaylen Brown just said, "Fuck you, Stephen A. Smith," and he said it with his chest like Kevin Hart.
The black on black crime has got to stop, brother. We don't see this with the white guys. We don't see Dan Patrick saying fuck Colin Cowherd or some other random white quarterback. We don't see this happening. Why are we always doing this? Just like when LeBron and Stephen A. was getting into it. Stephen A. did the same thing. Paul, tell me from right. He goes, Man, you don't want me to be telling, but I know about you, man. Don't let me start leaking information. Nigga, shut up. Either tell us or don't bring it up. You sound like a teenage girl. Stop doing that. No one wants to hear you. Well, I know a lot about you. You ain't had that energy when he was standing in your face. It's just, I don't know, man. People just getting tired of this Stephen A. Smith thing. I know I am. He's constantly talking bad about people. People getting tired of his little thing. I wish he would stop being on TV. But I know he makes a lot of money for ESPN. They love him. He gets some great ratings. But he loves this type of stuff because that gives him more ratings and he goes viral. I know he's got all the money and all the other stuff, but he loves going viral and being on the internet. So Stephen A. Smith, every time someone makes a comment about him, he cannot wait. He probably sleepless the night before the next show. Yeah, boy, I'm going to talk about Jaylen Brown. I got me a new subject to talk about the next 2 weeks. So that's what he does, man. But I'm like the players and some of the other people in the media. I'm getting sick of it, too.
The only thing I'm going to say is you said that no white media has said anything about somebody white. Colin Cowherd had a big beef with Baker Mayfield for a long time.
Oh, that? Yeah. They squashed it, didn't they?
They squashed it. He actually invited Baker Mayfield onto his show, and they squashed it. But I don't want to sit up here and say it's just the African American culture because I've seen it.
It's normally us, though.
It seemed like it, but I just want to make sure that you know me. So I try to be extremely accurate. I want to make sure that it's just not we ain't telling the whole totality of the story because Colin Cowherd had a really big beef with Baker Mayfield for a long. You got to think I'm a Browns fan, so I heard it the whole time he was in Cleveland. He was talking about how many commercials he's doing. He got more commercials than touchdown passes.
Like, all those things were true though at the time.
Yeah, it was. King Mink said, "Where is Molly at?" I don't know where Molly's at. She'll resurface somewhere. But this is my thing on this one. In this particular situation, we're gonna go back and talk about Stephen A. Smith Paul at his totality. But in this particular situation, I'm on Stephen A. Smith's side when it came to his initial statement about Jaylen Brown. You just lost a 3-1 lead, Paul. Who the fuck in Boston history has ever lost a 3-1 lead? In the next day, 24 hours after, not even 24 hours completely after the game was over, after you lost a game 7, where your damn coach started 3 people that ain't started their game all fucking season. But that's some other shit. If Missoula hadn't won the championship, Paul, he would have been fucking fired. If Missoula didn't already have a championship, he would have been fired after that bullshit he pulled in the game 7, being up 3-1 at home and losing the game 7 to a beat up 76er team. So with that being said, Jason Tatum didn't play the game. You lose the game. You talk about Embiid flopping and all this shit. You don't even let you still angry, and you got on your platform and talking about this is the best season you ever had. That's bullshit. Stephen A. Smith called you out on it. I think that's what journalists are supposed to do. So I don't have a problem with Stephen A. Smith calling him out on this initial issue, but Jaylen Brown got personal with Stephen A. Smith as well. Let's not let Jaylen Brown completely off the hook, guys. We can't just be remiss of what he was saying. And me as a journalist now, and I'm trying to get all of us are trying to get shoulder to shoulder with these guys. We gotta report it how we get it, Paul. We gotta report it how we get it. You lost a 3-1 lead. That has never happened in Boston history. That has never. Bill Russell will be turning over. Bob Cousy, Havlicek, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. Like what the fuck? Paul Pierce, Kevin. They not losing a 3-1 lead, guys. Not in the first round. So
they played that Sixers team.
No, they were not posting. I don't give a fuck. They just Paul, the games they won in game 3 and 4, they beat the fuck out of the 76ers. They beat the fuck out of you. Not supposed to beat a team by 30-some points and then never win another game in the series. Come on, Paul. Come on. So Jaylen Brown getting on there saying what he said, and then Stephen A. Smith giving him props, but then just being an analyst, Jaylen Brown took offense to it and then started bringing up everything else. So in this scenario, and Paul, in this particular scenario, I don't see Stephen A. Smith being wrong in the initial scenario. Now I'm gonna go back up to you, Paul. Now, as far as the totality of who Stephen A. Smith is, you can unload on him now. Pause.
Yeah. Back to, like I have to get these come in real time. These are real bullets. So I mean it's different when you just watching. All right. So forgive me, you caught me there. All right. Man, with the Jaylen Brown, even with Jaylen Brown being the aggressor first with his rebuttal, you're the face of ESPN. ESPN is a partner with the NBA. Like, I think that's a big reason why he's not even on Inside the NBA or why he's not on any of that NBA coverage. They just want him off of that because of that heat that he brings to these situations. You don't want him sitting out there in front of sitting at the Garden doing the pregame while he's beefing with a Jaylen Brown. Now, did Jaylen Brown get in his feelings? Yes. Is Jaylen Brown doing the exact same thing that he's accusing Stephen A of? Yes. He's driving up engagement for his streaming site. Why wouldn't he? That's what you do. That's how you get money. That's how you get numbers. So I get that. In totality, I'm just frustrated because I watch the stuff to get me ready for the game. I'm not so much invested in whose baby mama is Anthony Edwards and that. Like, that part I can do without. I just need to know who's playing, what are the trends, what do you see, and and then you just kind of get in a groove with people based on their personality. So Stephen A is going to do that. He's going. That's just the media world that we live in now, and he's the king of it. I think we got to just deal. We got to live with this. We got to deal with it.
Now, so same question. We talked about that. We didn't talk about him, and I don't. Like I said, you know me. I've always said I respect the fuck out of Stephen A. Smith because he wasn't a former professional athlete. He went to an HBCU just like me, Central State University. He didn't play. He averaged 1.1 points a game in college. He averaged more points in college than I did. He did. But I think if I would have stayed, I would have definitely have been a double-digit scorer, but that's on some other shit. I had to go to the Marine Corps. Anyway, so what do you think about the totality? I know you made mention of some things that he's done in the past. What's the totality when it comes to Stephen A. Smith in your mind?
You remember this Jaylen Brown thing goes back further than this beef. They had a beef from 3 years ago, and I think Stephen A. Smith was saying, I got a source saying that Jaylen Brown wants to be traded. This is before they won their championship. Jaylen Brown, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's his source? So this is an old beef. This is just a new version of it. So I don't know, man. Stephen A. Smith, like you said, he is what it is. He's an ESPN guy, and he's gonna say whatever he wants to say. Apparently, he never gets in trouble for some of the things he says. I agree with Paul 100%. That's probably why they took him off the NBA coverage, brother. You're getting personal. I mean, it's okay for you to say things about people, but when they say things back, there is an issue.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like that. You can talk shit about these players, call them, what they call Kwame Brown. Now, don't get me wrong, Kwame Brown was the best NBA player. He was talking crazy shit about Kwame Brown. But now these players are starting to talk back to these guys. Right. And Stephen A. Smith team, he don't like it. He don't even like when people come on his show and kind of semi-take over segments. This is my show. Bro, we know it's on show, but you brought me on the show to talk. But when you say things that he don't like, then he kind of cut you off. I know that's about Stephen A. But he's got the big head. Maybe that's why his hairline's pushing back because his head's so big. But I haven't been a Stephen A. Smith fan in a while. Only time I like Stephen A. honestly is when he's talking about making fun of the Cowboys. Other than that, I don't deal with it.
That's crazy. King Ming said
during football season. I agree. So
King Ming said Jaylen Brown mad about his black hair dye ruining everyone's life. He also said, now this is the question, because I'm gonna get my take after. Now I'm gonna go to you, Paul. He said, how crazy would it be if Boston traded Jaylen Brown?
It would be insane. I don't understand why you would entertain that thought. I wouldn't. That was shocking to be posed, actually. So I wouldn't dare do that.
So what do you think about? Would it be insane to trade Jaylen Brown at this point?
No, I've already said it. He's already ruffling feathers in Boston. They love Jason Tatum because he just hoops. He don't do anything else. I've already said, Jody knows, I said trade Jaylen Brown for the Greek Freak.
Yeah, he did. He did say that. This is my thing on this one, and I got this from Cameron from It Is What It Is. He was on First Take, and it's crazy. They're putting everybody on First Take now. It don't matter who you are, you get an opportunity. We're gonna be on First Take in a minute, but
eat them up too, Jody. Don't hold back.
I'm a murderer. But this is the thing. He said, and Cam made a good point. He said when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were both healthy, they won a championship. The last time we seen both of those guys on the court at the same time, they won a championship. Completely healthy for a whole season. So trading him, I don't think it's insane to trade him. I'm agreeing with Sol. I don't agree with who they're trading for. I don't think Greek Freak is about to be 34 years old, and he's been out of the playoffs 3 out of the last 5 years. And when he did make it, he's been injured. So I don't necessarily like the Greek Freak. Now, trading him for something else that can pair up with Jason Tatum, maybe, because Jaylen Brown is not even 30 years old. You got to get somebody that's his age or younger. If I'm going to trade a Jaylen Brown, who's an all-NBA player. So I would think that you got to get complete compensation if you're going to trade a Jaylen Brown. I don't see the Boston Celtics making it back to the finals for quite some time. I don't like Donald. My nephew said that formula they had, it worked for the time they won the championship. But when you lose Jrue Holiday, you lose the Unicorn, you lose Al Horford, you lost a lot of key pieces on that team. I don't know if Boston can do it. Derek King Ming said, remember what Big Perk, aka Soul on Sports Hidden Sun, said about those text messages with Brown. Then Kathy said, FYI, Dana White and Stephen A. Smith had beef before Dana abused his wife. I'm still confused about that. And then Russell said, I like some of the players standing up to him, but you got to do in a manner of respect for yourself first. You can't get in your feelings on a live podcast or live stream. And then they said trade Ja Morant for ain't nobody trade Ja Morant for no fucking Jaylen Brown. But now going back to what he said, I understand what Russell. Paul, I understand what Russell's saying. Like I get with Jaylen Brown, but both of you guys looking unprofessional, and Jaylen Brown is way too intelligent. This guy was a Cal Berkeley guy, y'all. He was a Cal Berkeley guy. You know, that's like the Harvard of the West Coast. You see what I'm saying? Cal Berkeley is the elite of the elite when it comes to education. So to be able to go to a school like that and be extremely intelligent, he's all the way from Georgia. So he could have went to Vandy. He could have went to Duke, but he chose to go to Cal Berkeley. So we know how intelligent he is. I think that some of these conversations that Jaylen Brown is having with Stephen A. Smith should have been on a phone call or behind closed doors. You know, and I understand everybody want to come out, Draymond Greens of the world, Paul Georges of the world, Pat Beverleys, now Carmelo Anthony, all these former players, Jeff Teague, and those guys are having these podcasts. Of course, Gilbert Arenas, shout out to Gilbert Arenas in his show, very good show. McCants, even though McCants is a character, McCants and Kenya Martin, respect those guys. Matt Barnes, of course, and All the Smoke, and Stephen A. Smith, and of course, former football players and Ryan Clark and Fred Taylor and guys like that.
Pivot, baby.
The Pivot is amazing.
I love that show.
But my thing is way too personal. And of course, Paul, of course, these guys are gonna know more about some of these guys were their teammates. Some of these guys you've been covering these guys. So it's like if now Michael the People's Champ ain't on the show, and Ray and my brother and my nephew ain't gonna know what I did in high school, but those guys do. So what if Mike get on here and be like, hey Jody, remember when you was at because he used to have his own club. I was a piece of work, Paul. I ain't gonna even lie. I was a piece of work. I was going home with something in my anyway. So just imagine if they get on the air, we get to the level we trying to get to, and then they start airing out all my dirty laundry. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna know stuff about me, and some of this stuff sound like Soul said, schoolgirl shit. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you telling what I know? And I remember what's the guy, Jalen Green? He had the baby with a girl Priya. People was like, y'all don't know who that is. She was this, and that back when we played. So what? Now that's his baby mama. Don't disrespect his baby mama like that. You feel me? Like what she used to be and what she is now. So just in conclusion to all this, man, Stephen A. Smith, man, I get what you're doing. I don't think you're on top of the food chain. Everybody that's in the media is aspiring to be you. So you don't need to do any antics. Everybody is trying to get the payday you getting, whether you're white or black. But the only thing I will say is this in conclusion. Why don't you get on Mad Dog like that? Like, why you let Mad Dog do what he want?
Yeah, his contract, brother.
Huh?
It's in his contract. He can only I'm telling you, man, some people sell their soul to get where they want to be in life. And I think
he was on Mad Dog Serious too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like he don't have the same energy for everybody.
Nope.
He didn't have the same energy for Pat McAfee. He didn't have the same energy for Aaron Rodgers. He didn't have the same energy that he had for Kyrie Irving or Antonio Brown. Now we know Antonio Brown is a wild card, but if you go back and look at the shit Antonio Brown said, he wasn't lying.
What's my girl that covers the WNBA? Monica McNutt.
Monica McNutt.
She was on there. She was on his show one time, and he brought her on there to talk about WNBA, and he just basically told her to shut up. This is my show. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he big dogged her.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing, bro?
True, very true. But yeah, Paul, you still got a few more minutes, so we got to get to the NFL real quick.
That's fun.
Kathy says she loved Mad Dog. Mad Dog is who he is. He's been in the game for 30 plus years, so you got to respect him. But some of the stuff he be saying, Stephen A. Smith seems to all of a sudden shut up. When if it was anybody else, he would, like Soldier said, he would let you know whose show it is. But he never does that He done it to Ryan Clark before. He's never done it to Mad Dog. He done kind of did Shannon Sharp the same way. He kind of did Ryan Clark the same way. I've seen him do C.J. McCollum when he came on there. He lets everybody know who, of course, he lets everybody know whose show it is, but he don't do that to Mad Dog. But that's
boy, he was happy when Skip Bayless was back on there last week. Boy, he looked like his daddy came back home. He was thinking he was back.
Yeah, that was crazy work. But we got the NFL portion. We got a couple things about the NFL portion. Stephen A. Smith, he said, Kimmy said Stephen A. Smith here to make his bosses money. Absolutely. But before we get to the NFL portion of Against Grain Sports is brought to you by our sponsor, Michael Wright, attorney at law. Like I said, if you got any personal injuries, any workman's comp or anything legal, any legalities, call Michael Wright. Just call Mike, like the shirt says. Just call Mike. That's the slogan here in Dayton. You can call in at 937-222-7477. But let's talk about the NFL for a minute. And right now, Paul, the Detroit Lions, who had a subpar year in their standards, even though they were 9-8, they missed the playoffs for the first time in I think like 3 years. This is one of their key players they got in the draft, and this is a guy that was in the draft picks I believe they got from the Rams. I think he was one of their lads, Jack Campbell out of Iowa, the linebacker, is an all-pro linebacker, or at least a Pro Bowl. He just got a 4-year extension. He's the heart and soul of that defense. We know about Aiden Hutchinson from your Michigan Wolverines, but Campbell is that guy to keep everything together at that middle linebacker position. What do you think about when you seen that he got a 4-year extension and he doesn't get that 5th year? Did we get somebody else on the show? Hold on, that don't. No. Oh, that's T Sizzle. Hold on, wait, hold the presses. Hold the presses on here, because you know we got to stop.
He's showing up. She's showing up in overtime.
Hey, we got to stop the show when T Sizzle come around. We got to stop the show. We ain't gonna go no further until I see T. We got Tasha T Sizzle from the extra point. We couldn't go no further until we may get an opportunity to see the cat on the screen. I'm not sure we're gonna see.
Oh, as soon as you said that, she faded to black. Soon as you said that,
to black. Let me add her back to the stage. There she go. Let me add her back. Let me take that one out and put that pause.
Oh, bro.
Let me hold up, because I'm having technical difficulties while I'm trying to get her added back to. There she go. All right, Tasha.
I've only been on here for the last 20 minutes, just waiting.
What's going on? First of all, what's going on? How you feeling?
I'm drunk as hell.
Good.
I'm in the bed.
Good.
My sheets full. I'm in Aruba, so I'm on vacation.
So Tasha, do they have cats over in Aruba?
I got my cat with me.
Yo,
see, you gonna get this.
I'm supposed to turn the phone this way, right? Yeah,
there
that's
we
right.
Go. There we
Oh shit!
And yes, I am clothed. I have on a shirt.
What up, Big Sizzle?
Hey, P.
Hey,
Tasha, we're trying to get our ratings over 500,000. I will say, thanks to Tasha, we had our biggest show ever with 468,000 views.
That's what's up.
Do I need to have a nip slip? Do I need to pull a Janet real fast?
Not yet. We're gonna use that like the big joker, because not only do I want Against the Grain Sports to get those, I want the extra point, because I feel like y'all are right with us. Paul, Tasha, Mike, whatever y'all need, me, Soul, Mike, Ray, my nephew, Donald, Andrew, we do whatever y'all need. So you call me and let me know what y'all need so we all can eat.
Hey, we won't put down.
Write it down, Paul.
No, I mean that, Paul. Paul, I don't just say shit. I really mean it. Ask Soul.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Soul, do y'all know me and Soul met on fucking TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all would think me and Soul knew each other for like 30 years.
I would have. I'm shocked to hear that.
Yeah, it's my dude right here.
Yeah, he was on TikTok and he was spitting nothing but fact. I said, this motherfucker knows sports like me. We hit each other up. We used to do before we did this podcast, and I'm gonna get to the question, Tasha. Before we get to when we get on the podcast, we were doing a podcast on IG.
Yeah.
The reason why we stopped, it wasn't against the grain. We were just doing a podcast. Is because my mom got sick, and when my mom got sick, I just went away from the whole world. Like, and you know, so, and then we restarted back up. But yeah, Soul been around for quite some time.
Oh yeah.
But Tasha, the Detroit Lions. What did you think? I know you're in Aruba, but what did you think when you seen them do? Because you're I know you like the Pistons and you're a 49er fan, but what do you think when the Detroit Lions gave an extension to Jack Campbell? We know the Detroit Lions don't like spending no fucking money. They gave him a 4-year extension. What did you think about that? Knowing that he didn't have that 5th-year option. Yes, he did, because he was a first-round pick. So they went ahead and signed him before they even exercised his 5th-year option.
As Paul knows, I say this all the time. It's somebody with some pictures with somebody with a goat somewhere.
Why? What you mean?
It don't make sense. Like they got some black. See, Paul's laughing. There's some blackmail. Like I got some pictures of you with a goat and doing some shit you ain't supposed to be doing. Cause how else?
He's a Pro Bowl linebacker, though, Tasha.
I mean, still, it's because, like you said, the Pistons. The Lions are cheap. They don't give money. So what was it? You're not extending it. Who else have they ever extended?
Nobody yet, but this is a new regime in Detroit, though. You got to think they didn't start this regime until about 3 to 4 years ago when they started making the playoffs.
Look, like I said, it's somebody with a picture with somebody with a goat somewhere.
So that's before I get to Paul. So you telling me that you wouldn't extended Jack Campbell?
No.
After the Pro Bowl year he just had? Okay, we're going to get back to that. Paul, what did you think? You being a Michigan guy, and I know you're not a Detroit Lion fan, but exercising that, they didn't exercise their 5th-year option. They just went ahead and just signed it to a 4-year deal. They didn't say how much money it is in his 4 years. It was undisclosed, but I'm pretty sure he's getting upward of $22 million a season. What did you think about that with the Lions?
I think if you're a Lions fan, you got to be happy because every organization you want to draft, develop, retain. You want your rookie to kind of get to that next contract. That was one of the huge problems with the Tennessee Titans right now. Our last 3-4 drafts, nobody got to a second contract. So if you're getting to a second contract, I think that as a fan, that's somebody who you drafted, you invested in, and you got a return on your investment.
Okay. So what did you think? This is a team, like you said, it's not, and Tasha said it, they wasn't known for spending any money. And it looked like they're going, because Gibbs is coming up. I think they're going to have to sign him. I would have signed Gibbs before I signed Campbell, but that's another story because both was in the same draft. What do you think about that? Jack Campbell getting extended already, and he had a 5th-year option on the table.
Well, they haven't spent much money on defense. They've been spending their money somewhat on the offensive line and some of the wide receivers. Like you said, Gibbs is coming up. So I guess they'll spread the money around a little bit and pay so many defensive players. I know one thing. They better fix that offense coordinator issue they have in Detroit if they want to get back on track. That offense was sputtering with their head coach calling plays. He's a good head coach, but he ain't no play caller.
I was not shocked because I'm a big Jack Campbell fan. He was out of Iowa, he's a Big Ten guy, so you already know I love him.
I know how you are about Big Ten.
But the thing about it, he's really a leader. He reminds me of Chris Spielman, an old Ohio State linebacker that played for the Detroit Lions. Sorry, guys.
That's high praise.
But Chris, y'all know how, and I know y'all, we are rival, but you know how good Chris Spielman was.
Right.
And,
I'm saying that you got him on that level?
Yes, I think Jack Campbell has the ability to be on that level. I'm not saying he's Chris Spielman level because Chris Spielman is a borderline. He won't make the hall, but he was a really
I'm saying that's pretty long.
I mean, now again, he's a standout. He's a playmaker. I'm all for players getting their money, but. Yeah,
Tasha, you get him now before he goes out there and breaks the bank and has a tremendous season. What if he comes out and he has 150 tackles, 5 sacks, 5 picks? Then you really got to pay him.
But what if he comes out this year and is a dud? You never know. Anything could happen. Come on.
But we do know, Tasha, NBA contracts are made on toilet paper.
Wet toilet paper at that.
So if he doesn't do well, you can just find a way to get rid of him. You know what I mean? But if you wait until he goes and ball out and you exercise that, you try to exercise that fifth option, and he balls out, and then you lose him, now you're looking for the same player again in the draft.
So what do you think? Like what other player in his position on any other team is due for a big payout? I don't know if you know off your top of your head.
Right now, because the guys that already got paid is the 49er linebacker, your guy coming off injury. Warner, he already got his, and Roquan Smith got his with the Baltimore Ravens. So those are your two top at that position. But guys that are probably up for it are relatively young, like Cleveland has. He's only going to go into his second year. He was Defensive Player of the Year. So when you're looking at it, it's not a lot of guys at the middle linebacker position that's in year 4 or year 5 that's up for that. And the guy that was up, remember the Jacksonville Jaguars had Lloyd, and they said, fuck, we're not going to pay him. They let him go to the Carolina Panthers. They said, we're not going to pay Lloyd. And Lloyd had 5 interceptions, and for the most part of the season was up for the Defensive Player of the Year. And you let him go because you didn't want to pay him in Jacksonville, which is another cheap organization. So
that's my thing. If you don't have anyone else on his level being up, you could have waited.
Yeah, I get it.
You always got that franchise tag if you need it.
Yeah, true, but you don't want to franchise middle linebacker. That means you're gonna be paying him what Fred Warner and Roquan Smith is. That's what you don't want to pay.
But that's 1 year. That's only a 1 year deal, though. That's only a 1 year deal.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I think Detroit, they're trying to like Paul said, they're trying to retain their young talent. They got Gibbs coming up. They got to circumvent with the wide receiver Williams. They're gonna have to figure it out. And then they're gonna have to, I'm gonna tell y'all like this before we move on to the next topic. They got to figure out the quarterback position, because this is the last year that he's gonna be able to I think that he don't get it done being a quarterback for the Detroit Lions. So if he can't get it done this year, are you looking to draft another quarterback? Because he only got
what do you mean by get it done?
He need to win the Super Bowl. Jared Goff.
Nigga, Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl once. He ain't never going back. He had his one shining moment. Jared Goff ain't take Detroit window was open 3 years ago when they played the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, and something tell the field kicker, we don't need you no more the rest of the game.
Right.
They fucked that up.
Who's their backup?
They probably won a damn Super Bowl.
Right.
Who's their backup?
Hooker.
Hendon Hooker.
Oh, he's in Tennessee now.
Oh, he got traded.
Oh, damn.
I don't know who the backup is.
He's like 4th string.
Because he still was coming off that injury, right?
Yeah.
I think it's Bridgewater, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he went to No, you probably right. So, like Soul said, I'm gonna go. What's up, Farrah? What's good, Farrah? With the hour take, what's good? You can also come on the show if you want to. I'm just letting you know. Paul, do you think this is Jared Goff's one shining moment? If he don't get it done, are they looking for a new quarterback in Detroit?
No, they shouldn't, because he shouldn't catch no smoke for that Super Bowl fiasco, that NFC Championship in the Bay. Had me ready to troll my T-Sizzle, ready to get them up out the paint as a Cowboys fan, and licking my chops to see them go down and smoke. And the coach want to keep going for it on 4th down, blow a 17-point lead. That ain't on Jared Goff. Yeah. Jared Goff is what he is. Like, sell tickets, be good on Thanksgiving. Get Eminem out there once a year, trot his ass out there, and just be your 9 to 10 win team, 1st round exit, and just be happy that you're not the 90s Lions.
Detroit in trouble because the Bears ain't got good now. So Detroit
right. Like the Bears just no.
But this is the problem, Paul.
They need to be trying to build and get him a backup at least.
Let me look it up. Who the backup is.
It's Teddy Pendergrass.
But Paul, this
is it down?
This is the problem, Paul. In the moment they in the playoffs, instead of letting Jared Goff through, they said, let's let a wide receiver throw the ball.
I love that. I thought that was a great idea.
They had their chances. They had the debate. They shouldn't have lost to Baker Mayfield. No, that wasn't Baker Mayfield. It was
JV5.
It was your boys, Washington. Like, they had their chances, and it's a wrap.
Paul, they was averaging 8 yards a carry. Let's throw the ball. Okay, dumbass, y'all keep throwing it.
Bro, I don't even put it on.
It was embarrassing, and I was shocked. I was like, this is really how they're going to execute this game.
Yeah. Hey, San Francisco walked them down like you're supposed to, but come on, man. I'm not putting that one on Goff. That's on the coach, and I'm putting the Washington game at home on the coach.
Okay. Actually, I was on the court. That was Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson knew what the fuck he was doing. He said, let me sabotage your team before I go take a team in the same fucking division. That's what he did.
Maybe on Thanksgiving. Good job, NFL.
And matter of fact, the thing about it, before I get to Tasha, you talk about do good on Thanksgiving. Shit, Jordan Love tore his ass up on Thanksgiving.
Sure did.
Oh, they sure did. I forgot about that.
They sure did.
Y'all know I'm a huge Jordan Love fan. I know y'all don't like him. I think.
No.
Well, I know
like
why you
Jordan
like
Love.
him.
He's average. He's okay.
Oh my God.
Jody, why do you like Jordan Love, Jody?
He's
Average.
okay.
Is he light skinned?
He light skinned.
Because he likes it.
There
High
he is.
yellow. A high yellow heifer.
Okay, all right.
Is Jared Goff can't get on, let's say at the minimum, at least a playoff win or two. Do you look for another, not only do you look for another quarterback in Jared Goff, but you're looking for another coach?
I mean, I think, look, his antics as far as coaching and wanting to be the new Riverboat Ron,
Right.
they kind of, to me, running thin. But I think just the fact that Jared Goff's age, you do need to be trying to get a backup, not to just take him out the paint, but you're going to need somebody to back up eventually when he leaves. And that's what happens. I think a lot of these organizations, they get that one key guy, and they, like the Steelers, where they think they have somebody in Lion Rodgers. You don't get any backups, and then when your star player retires or leaves, then you fucked.
Yeah, I said this on Against Brain Sports last year. If sometimes as an organization, you got to trade players when you know you're not going to get to where you need to go.
Right.
Look at what the Rams did. The Rams got rid of Jared Goff. They said, you know what? You can't get it done. We're going to get the quarterback that's been over here in purgatory, Matthew Stafford. Let's bring him over here. We're going to give up whatever draft picks y'all want. And they went and won the Super Bowl. And they're uber competitive even after getting rid of all those first-round draft picks for Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey and Matthew Stafford. They're still one of the premier teams in the NFL and the NFC. The Lions have an opportunity where there's a market for a Jared Goff. If you said I'm gonna put Jared Goff on the market, the Jets would have gave you whatever the fuck you wanted. Arizona definitely would have gave you whatever you wanted. The Browns would have gave you whatever you wanted. I think that you went 9-8 with Jared Goff last year. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. You went 9-8 with Jared Goff, and like you said, the Bears are good now. The Green Bay Packers have always been good in that division, and Minnesota might get their quarterback. They might get that shit right. I don't know who's gonna be. Maybe they get it right. So I'm thinking if I'm the Lions organization who is not used to winning, I would have probably potentially put Jared Goff on the market to see what I could have got from him.
But this is my question too. Like, we're always quick to fire these coaches. What other? I mean, Dan Campbell, like I said, he does take a lot of risks. Sometimes those risks pay off. Who else would you get if you say, let me get rid of Dan Campbell? Who else is?
I mean, there's a lot of young coordinators that we never knew about because evidently, look at all these Seattle coordinators that went and got jobs. Their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, both got head coaching jobs in Arizona and with the Raiders, respectively. So there's always a coordinator with the Rams under McVay. There's always a new coordinator, and then what's the guy that McDermott? McDermott's available. Shit.
So do you think the Lions are more player driven or coach driven? Because if you're saying basically they get rid of Campbell, they can put anybody in there and still run that team effectively and still get them to 9 to 10 wins a season.
I think if you put Sean McDermott on there, he might be the X factor to get him over the hump. That's just my thought. Hey, why did Farrah said nobody matters except for the Broncos? Farrah, I was inviting you to the show. Now I got to say no. I'm
now I got to cut you.
That's a different
we
Broncos.
all know Dallas sucks. Dallas has sniffed the playoffs in years. So that's the shot at call.
We've been there. We just hadn't won it. That's all.
So staying in that division, Paul, the New York Giants, of course, they have a new head coach in Harbaugh coming up from the Baltimore Ravens. He came out and said that Malik Nabers, the awesome wide receiver out of LSU, had a fantastic rookie campaign. Last year he got hurt. This year he needed a second surgery. They don't know. They're unsure about his time back, if he's even going to come back. What do you think about the Giants' chances, and who can they get to replace his productivity in that offense?
Nobody. I just think that you're in trouble if he don't make it back in time. And the fact that you're having cleanup surgery this at this juncture, knowing where it will put him on the as far as getting back, it's necessary. I think that's a bad sign. There is no replacing him.
So wait, did he have to have another surgery after the cleanup?
Yes, he had.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, they are targeting him to be ready by the beginning of the season, but that's always tricky. He's your franchise guy, so you want to be careful with him. You don't have any Super Bowl aspirations, so you can be slow, but there's no really replacing him or going out.
But a lot of them are championing for OBJ to come back. Now he can't replace, of course, Nabers.
No BJ. No.
Some of them on the team saying they want him back.
Hold on, Tasha, ain't he letting girls squat on him and use the bathroom in his chest still?
Tasha don't engage.
He likes to get in the hot tubs with multiple men too. He's into that. Remember when he got in the hot tub, he had like 7 dudes in there with him.
And they look, hey, have y'all ever seen? Hold on, Tasha, have y'all ever seen with Martin Lawrence? We said you dip your water, come out and shake it. He said water be glistening all over your body. You know what the Giants' record is since that picture surfaced? They're like 30-something% winning percentage since that picture surfaced.
Do y'all know? I know y'all probably remember this. Y'all remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And the guy was like, the way you can get a tune is to tap, shave, and a haircut. That's how I'm holding my mouth because I want to say something so bad. I want to bust out and say 2 bits, but I'm
So Tasha, what do you think about that? Like, how can they replace that productivity in that offense without Malik Nabers if he's not ready this season?
Like Paul said, you can't because, it was a rookie campaign and he was outstanding. Harbaugh is a good coach, but you can't just bring somebody in to replace a talent of that magnitude.
Okay. Oh, she said you need a stream over there. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tasha.
Yeah, I don't think you can replace him. Anybody that could replace him, no team is going to let that player go.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, I get that but it's Stephon Diggs available, right?
Okay, in that regard, yes. Okay, I totally forgot about Stephon Diggs since he's been cleared.
But do you want all that Stephon Diggs brings? Because now it seems to me like now they're starting to pay attention to off the field issues.
Stephon Diggs is a 1,000-yard receiver last year.
I'm here for
Stephon. He's always helped quarterbacks get over. He helped Josh Allen over the hump. He helped Drake May over the hump.
He helped Gilligan get off the island.
New York got a young quarterback in Jackson Dart that don't know how to stay out of the blue tent. I'm just saying.
Again, I don't have a problem with Stephon Diggs, but again, it seems to me like these owners are not going for that stuff anymore. And it's like they see him as being like a pariah almost because he doesn't know how to act off the field.
Yeah, and if I'm Stephon Diggs, I'm holding out for a contender first. True.
Okay. Well, so you better hold out for a job, period. All that child support nigga gonna kick your ass. So what do you think about that?
Like 2 let me see.
You can say what you want. This is against friends. You can say what you want.
He literally has 2 kids under the age of 1 or just turned 1, and then he has the baby with Cardi that's supposed to turn a year this year too.
Yeah. He got a whole football team over there. So what do you think about this? Malik Nabers, maybe not ready this year. I'm not saying not ready this year, but having a second surgery that could set him back. What do you think? Where would the Giants, who were really depending on him being back in Atlanta, they got rid of Waddell Robertson. He's with the Titans now. So he had a 1,000-yard receiver last year. So where do you get the productivity from now at the wide receiver position?
Well, if I'm a young wide receiver on that roster, I'm looking at, hey, man, look, this is my opportunity. If this kid's not back yet, here's my chance to shine. And maybe they can also change their offense up some instead of just being so giving the ball to Malik Nabers. Okay, Joey, you're going to like this. They throw the ball to the tight ends more. Or let the ball or run the ball with that crazy running back they got back, Cam Scatterboo. He should be back healthy after he put his ankle on backwards last year. He should be back healthy. I think they'll be just fine without him. There's ways you can do it by committee. You don't have to be just one dominant wide receiver. We've seen a lot of teams win football games with just average, so-called average wide receivers. So I think they'll be just fine.
Okay. Like replacing that productivity is going to be extremely different. But this is what I will like to say, guys. They were talking about, and I'm not being a homer. I know that Tasha and Mike and Paul gonna say I'm a homer. Marvin Harrison Jr. has had a struggle since he was with Arizona. You know, he played with. Hold on, hear me out. He played.
There they go.
There they go.
There they go.
Hold on,
Every
hold on.
time.
It was Chris Spielman 5 minutes ago. Nance another.
Oh, Paul, it don't stop, bro.
Okay.
All I'm saying is everybody kept saying how Marvin Harrison struggled in year 2. Brian Thomas also was a second-year wide receiver. Pretty much every receiver that had success, even Lad McConkey, that had success in that draft 2 years ago, they all struggled in year 2. So everybody, my son called Paul. My son's a Cowboy fan. My son called me. He said, "Dad, who had a better?" Because he's a Michigan fan too. He said, "Dad, who had a better season, Malik Nabers or Marvin Harrison?" I said, "Marvin Harrison. What are you talking about?"
No way.
Like, but he was hurt. I said, "That's availability is the best ability to have." So my thing is, all those receivers out of that draft have struggled in year 2. So Malik Nabers, I'm scared for Malik Nabers if he can't come back to where he had over 100 catches in his rookie campaign. He could fall to the wayside if he can't get back healthy, because NFL stands for not for long.
Yeah, they don't care about you. They don't care what you did yesterday. They don't give a shit about that.
So
They don't care about what you did that season.
Nope.
Really, right. Malachi Fields, the 3rd round rookie receiver
out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, that they picked up. Hey, you up to Sol's point? Somebody's got to catch all those passes. I mean, Wendell Robinson, he averaging over 100 targets. You got Nabers out. Hey, there's gonna be some cheese out there on there.
It's gonna be. So if you go there, you may see an emerging. Fields may be the rookie of the year. You never know. And what we can say about the Giants over the last year, they always seem to get a receiver. Odell Beckham, like I said, Malik Nabers, Waddell Robinson. Nobody wanted him out.
What was his name?
Victor Cruz, Plaxico Burress. They didn't have some guys over there. Yeah. Amari Toomer, y'all guy from Michigan. He was a fantastic receiver for the Giants. They had Mario Manningham. So they have had some guys. I give y'all shout outs too. Don't act like that. Turn your face, Tasha. Turn your face. Fix your face. I give Michigan they props too.
It's crown. It's still in me. My eyes are bloodshot.
I'm just telling you. I give shout outs to Michigan player too, because I don't like y'all, but I gotta respect y'all. But yeah, he said Ibaka better. And my nephew Donald was a Tampa Bay fan. He said Emmanuel Ibaka need to step up this year, show out. Man, that's an old ring. I think we got a.
Hey, look, no, this is vintage. That's what they call it.
Vintage my ass. But last but not least on this situation, and I know people gonna get sick of this conversation. So the Browns quarterback competition between Deshaun Watson and now Shedeur Sanders, and they saying that Dylan Gabriel still has an opportunity to still be in this race. And then they drafted a quarterback in Green out of Arkansas, who I think might be better suited playing wide receiver. That's just me. I don't want to be that guy that says you need to turn athletic black quarterbacks. But so, what do you think about this one? And I know this is gonna be a hot topic all year. A lot of people said they already seen Deshaun Watson. They said he had his chance, and a lot of people want to see more Shedeur Sanders. Who do you think should get the first team reps going into training camp?
I think it's Watson's job to lose. He has the big money contract. New offensive coach is in there. I think it's going to be his job to go out there and lose. Now, we all know the guy gets injured a lot, so Shedeur, don't put your helmet down like my man did in any given Sunday and can't find it, because any moment you'll have to go out there and play. But I think starting the training camp and when the season starts, I think it's going to be Watson's job.
Okay. Tasha, what do you think about this? I know y'all probably tired of hearing this shit already, and we ain't even got to where they put pads on. Deshaun Watson, who we know his struggle, he's up for a contract after this year. And we got to think he's only 30 or 31 years of age. A lot of quarterbacks, this is their prime, where they be going into their prime. But Shedeur Sanders is a guy that never really got an opportunity to get first team reps. And when he did, he beat the Bengals and the Steelers in respective weeks at the end of the year. Who would you give if you're Todd Munkins, who do you give first team reps to, Shedeur or Deshaun?
Now, as the coach, I'm going to let Shedeur run it. But as the owner, that motherfucker going to get out there and do something for all that money I done gave his nasty ass.
Why you gotta be nasty?
Ass gonna be my starter until that motherfucker get driven into the ground. Not injured, not anything like that. Y'all gonna beat them coins up out of him like Mario.
So you telling me just because Deshaun Watson like his booty tickle, he's nasty?
Freak nasty.
That's what you know. That's what it was. Behind he wanted his booty tickled.
With
I'm
a
just
feather?
saying. It's against the grain sports. I'm saying what I want.
How booty tickle? Where you read that shit at?
I'm dead serious.
That's
He
the
wanted the girls that was massaging him to fondle his backside.
Hey, whatever his sexual proclivities are, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
So
But
we talking about the cheeks or
the hole.
Nah, we talking about the
like he won't be spread open.
oh.
Listen, I wasn't there. I wasn't there, Paul. I wasn't there.
I haven't eaten dinner yet, man. Come on, why you have to say that?
I mean,
I'm just saying I gotta keep it real because we gotta
Like
know.
is he on his stomach and tooting his ass up and they spreading the dick wide like this here?
Tasha, hey, listen. Hey, have you ever heard Tasha? Have you heard stop, block, and drop? He said, "Toot that ass up, nigga."
Bro, what's your pop? Lock it for me, girl.
Hey, Farrah, I can't send the link because we almost done, but you are more than welcome to come on the next show for sure. Pause. You can't come on the next show, but you can be on the next show. So who do you get first team reps to, Tasha?
I mean, she can come on the show. Them ratings gonna be through the roof. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm sorry, Farrah. I love you, Farrah. Can I get a candy apple? Again, I would like to see Shedeur because with Watson's injury history, you don't know when Shedeur is going to have to run off that bench with his helmet, so he needs to be ready.
Okay. Hey, Ashley, light bright. She always come and brighten up the show, Tasha. So we're gonna give a big shout out to Ashley, light bright, making the show brighter. Give it a. Paul, like I said, I know you tired of this question already. I'm tired of it. I'm a Browns fan. But who gets first team reps, Paul? Deshaun Watson or Shedeur Sanders?
I think people may have gotten lost on what Tasha said when she kind of did you trying to make the phone get bigger. I don't know what that was. So don't.
Because I can't use both my hands to open the.
Bro,
I'm holding my phone on my knee. On my knee.
Bro.
Mama said, "Lock my ass."
Bro, man.
Mama said, "Lock my ass."
Motherfucker speaks the most ain't no counting.
Yo,
golly, bruh.
Welcome to my Saturday mornings, America. Yeah. Lost in that, I agree with what she said about Deshaun Watson. As an owner, you got to put him out there. You owe him all this money. Like, you're going to make good on some of this. You're not going to just ride this fully guaranteed contract off into the sunset. Like, I'm going to knock some of these coins up out you. I think that was her words, and I agree. I don't know about what's going on the flat stomach or booty. Or I don't know nothing about none of that. But I do know that I've paid you a lot of money to sit on your ass and get massages and whatever it is that you're doing. So get your ass out there and lead this team.
He was on his stomach, Paul.
Yeah, that's wild, dog.
Hey,
look, Joey, look, I'm trying to make a football.
But you never know because when you go to the military as a female, when you go through the intake, they put your knees up and they do give you an examination in your rectum with your knees up. So his knees could have been up.
But this is the thing, Tasha. Not only was he on his stomach, Paul, he had his legs up like he was a teenage girl on the phone.
He was kicking them, Joey.
He was kicking his feet like this.
Right, do his ankles like.
Okay, all right. Back to football. I'm a Browns fan, but I said this, and I'm gonna say this until the Cleveland, because this is a lot of times with Browns fan, we say it's our year every year, but we never mean it. This year, I'm not saying it's our year to win Super Bowl, but this is the year for us to be extremely competitive. We have everything. We got great draft for the last 2 to 3 seasons. We got Myles Garrett, the defensive player of the year. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be real. I don't give a shit who play quarterback. Now, so how many times I don't give a fuck if they go get Bobby Boucher to play quarterback. I don't give a fuck. I just want to win a fucking game. I don't care. We have Everybody, y'all that had 41. I don't give a fuck. We had 48 starting quarterbacks. Don't care.
4 wins, Jody.
That man is
Listen,
speaking out of desperation right there. That is a desperate statement from a desperate fan base.
All I'm saying is I want to win a fight.
Hey, dog, y'all undefeated right now, dog. Y'all ain't lost ain't
so,
yet.
but if I'm gonna answer this question, I would love to see Shedeur Sanders get first team reps because he has not gotten first team reps until like I guess 3 to 4 games with the last part of the season. And when he balled out against Tennessee, you took him out the game. You took him out the damn game and put in a fucking running back to get the 2-point conversion when he
that's true. Yeah, he cooked us in the second half of that game.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So why take him out the game? Then you go beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, who was trying to win that game. Because they needed to win to get in the playoff, and then they beat the Bengals, and he led the last drive. So the last time we seen Shedeur Sanders, he won a game and he led the last field goal drive. And the Bengals were trying to win that game because they kept Joe Burrow in the game and they kept Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. All those guys were in the game. They were trying to win that game. So I would like to see Shedeur get first team. Let Deshaun Watson earn his rights because it can get real sticky, guys. Because if let's say he goes out there and ball out, which I don't give a fuck, they would have to pay him like $50 million a year again. Y'all do know if he go out there and throw for 40 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 4,200 yards, he's going to be up for a $50 million contract. He'll be up there with Deshaun Watson. With Dak Prescott.
I would have to let you test the market and I'm gonna call you bluff on that, Deshaun. If you can hit the open market and command $50 million, then okay.
You got to. That's the going rate for that. That's why they say C.J. Stroud, JD5, Caleb Williams, all these young quarterbacks, when they go up for the contract, they going up to
but what is going to pay him that? They see his injury history. What idiot is going to pay him that amount of money again?
I can't see it. I can't see anybody paying him nothing. Like knock this 269 out, and we're gonna holler at you, bro.
And we holler at you, bro. Nice protection. Enjoy your life.
Hold on, guys. The same motherfuckers that paid Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold was not sweet until he got to Minnesota. Let's stop acting like Sam Darnold was this all-pro quarterback that just couldn't keep a job.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold didn't have no allegation. That's gonna haunt him the rest of his NFL career. Bro.
Allegations.
It's gonna hurt him the rest of his. I think if he keeps playing, he'll probably play on a 1-year contract the rest of his career.
I'm gonna need that 1 year.
They gave motherfucking Justin Fields a 2-year contract with the Jets.
Justin Fields won't land on his stomach. That's all I'm saying.
The best running backs in the NFL.
Hey, we're not about to talk about Justin Fields on this show. You know where he went.
I got him above Genty. I got him above a lot of guys.
Who's the best Ohio State quarterback ever that's played in the NFL?
None.
Right now, Justin Fields.
None. The answer is none.
It's definitely C.J. Stroud, to be honest.
They fizzle out.
Terrell Pryor was good for 3 weeks. He had a 93-yard run against.
He sure did. He was the Raiders, wasn't he?
But hold on. This is what we're not gonna do. Because the only quarterback Michigan got is fucking Tom Brady. So I don't want to hear that shit.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop the presses. It's just the fact that we have discussed this years ago about how the fuck out quarterbacks are always good in college, but when they get to the league, you don't hear from them motherfuckers no more.
Who was y'all best running back then? Who was Michigan's best running back in history?
Tyrone Wheatley,
Blake Corum.
I'm talking about in the pros.
There you go.
Jamie Morris, maybe.
Jamie Morris. Wow. Oh, you know your Big Ten and your rivalry. If you go in Jamie Morris.
We was very
underrated. I'm Jamie Morris or Tyrone Wheatley.
I'm gonna say this. First of all, you know who I hate?
Running backs now, because
y'all know who we hate. You know who I hate, Tasha? You wanna know who I hate? I hate fucking Tim Bianca Patuka. Fuck Tim Bianca Patuka.
Hey, so in 1995, Eddie George and won the Heisman, thought they was about to do something. Tim Bianca Patuka said, "Oh, not on my watch. No."
Listen.
No.
He dropped 290.
I think I hate him more than this is my top 5 hated Michigan Wolverines. 1 is Tim Bianca Patuka. 2 is that I cannot fucking stand Desmond Howard. Now, y'all probably like, why do you hate Desmond Howard? Let me tell you, Tasha, why I hate Desmond Howard. Is Tasha froze?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
she's froze. Paul, this is why I hate Desmond Howard. So when I first met Soul, I told you I went out to Vegas to cover my first draft. It was in Vegas. So I had the media coverage, all that good shit. So I go back to where like we had a different media coverage. Of course, ESPN, they had a different way they went in because they was doing the show. So I'm looking down at my phone. I look up. I see Game Day walking in. Desmond Howard's with him. I said, hell nah, Game Day, what's up? I said, can I get a picture? Desmond Howard said, we the real ESPN. Grabbed them and pulled them past me like I was nothing. And I told Desmond Howard, and I don't know why I said it, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago, I said, I'm going to see you again. I told him, I said, I'm going to see you again. True story. I said, I'm going to see you again. I'm going to see Desmond Howard. I'm going to see him.
So would this be a bad time for me to go grab my autographed football from Desmond Howard?
Yes.
No, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Fuck
Go
Desmond Howard.
Go get it.
Tasha, Desmond Howard is the same dude. He whack as fuck. He had to go to the DJ when he went to a club and tell them to announce that he was in the club. Nigga, get your whack ass out of here.
That's called a rollout, like the Iceman. That was a rollout.
Look, I do know my daughter kind of put him on the spot when she was working College Game Day. I'm gonna kind of brush over it. But I have a very good friend who he used to kind of date.
Hey.
I don't say no names, but she said, hey, do you know my aunt? And she said his face was like, and she said, Mom, she said, he looked at me. He said, yeah, like she said as if he was scared to say that he knew her, as if, what you know? How do you, did she tell you something?
And see, and another reason I don't like Desmond, he's from Ohio and you went to Michigan. What the fuck is you on?
Your daughter too?
What about Charles Woodson?
Yeah, Charles, but I like Charles Woodson though. I like Charles. I make Charles.
Your daughter graduated from Michigan too?
Yeah, but Ty, my kid's mom is from Detroit.
Good. That's a good woman.
No, she ain't. Because that's why we're together.
Damn.
Hey, she a good.
What happened, man?
Hey, Paul, she a good mom. She ain't no good woman. I'm gonna tell you that shit.
Damn.
Well, I'm gonna say she raised them. I'm gonna say she raised the daughter right because she brought that block in.
My son's a Michigan fan too. That's why I said she a good mom. I'm sorry, Renee. I'm joking with you. I'm just playing.
Okay, I'm glad because I didn't know. I looked away. I didn't know.
But she from Detroit though. Seriously, she from Detroit. So my daughter was living in Texas and she was gonna go to Johns Hopkins or Michigan, but Johns Hopkins was more expensive, so she went to Michigan. So, but anyway, hey, great show today, man. Appreciate the extra point coming on board. Paul and T Sizzle, Tasha in the building. But hey, Paul, I know you watched the show. We always do a final thought. So Tasha did one, but I'm gonna let Soul go first to show you how we do it.
Okay.
On the final thought. So
right.
Soul, give me a final thought as we get out of here.
Final thought, man. Happy birthday to Ricky Williams, the second best running back at the University of Texas besides Earl Campbell. Ricky, man, had a great career. Got to the NFL, got drafted. They traded every draft pick to get Ricky Williams. He signed with No Limit Records. Remember, No Limit was his agent, and the nigga signed. I don't want the money. I want to earn my paycheck. What the fuck?
So didn't they make it on the cover of the Sports Illustrated in a wedding dress?
Yeah, so he didn't play well. He had a good career, a solid NFL career. He ended up quitting the NFL because he wanted to get high. Hey, Ricky lives his own life, does his own thing. Happy birthday, Ricky Williams.
No doubt, man. Hey, so Paul, I'm gonna let you go last. So Tasha, you know how I go. Tasha, give me your final thought.
My final thought is, and Paul has finally listened to this advice. People, live your life. Don't sit around waiting on what if, and I have to wait for this, and I gotta wait for that. Just go out and do it. Because if you sit around and wait for shit to come together or get in a line, you're not gonna ever do shit.
These are facts.
Good advice. Good advice. So Paul, you know how it go. Paul, give me your final thought.
Hey, my final thought is connections. Be good to people because you can't get anywhere by yourself. The fact that me and Tasha are sitting here on this platform and I scroll on my phone and I see the numbers of views that they get is very humbling to be here right now. Like that. So, I mean, connections. People being good to you. Shouts out to Against the Grain for letting us come on this platform in front of all these people. I mean, this is amazing. Y'all didn't have to do that. I appreciate you guys. And you can't do it by yourself, man. So connections. Shouts out to you guys. Continue growth to y'all. Hit 1 million.
Hey, mad love to y'all, man. I didn't want it no other way but y'all to be on here. My final thought is, since I do have Paul on the show, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. The bold prediction, I'm gonna go ahead and go on a limb, and I think this will be good for the Dallas Cowboys if they went ahead and moved on from George Pickens. You signing to the franchise deal. I think it's a lot of teams that feel like they're a wide receiver away. I would like to see a team maybe like a Kansas City Chiefs, who we don't know what's going to happen with Rice. Kansas City swoop in and potentially go get George, give up some first-round picks for him. I think that this guy can be a franchise #1 wide receiver. I don't think he can be that #1 in Dallas with CeeDee Lamb being there. And I'm going on a limb and say that I think the Cowboys, when it comes to day one, there's not going to be any problems with him. But I can see the Dallas Cowboys moving on from George Pickens and potentially moving on to a contender, and he being the #1 for like the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just going to throw that name out there because we don't know what's going on with Bumper Car Rice out here. Now he's smoking weed and getting suspended for smoking weed. So I don't know what the hell going on, but that's my final take. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I really do mean whatever y'all need. Farrah, Paul, Mike, and T Sizzle, of course, with Against the Grain Sport, whatever we can do to make it where we all make it, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to go out for our sponsors yet again. Michael Wright, attorney at law. He is the sponsor of Against the Grain Sports. We're still getting more sponsors lined up. But like I said, if you got any wrongful death, personal injury, anything of any legal thing in the United States, he can take care of it. Just call Mike at area code 937-222-7477. That's Michael Wright, attorney at law. And he'll take care of you in all 50 states. But I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. We are blessed to have the extra point, at least 2/3 of it here. Tasha, appreciate you on vacation. You ain't never off the clock joining us. And we got my man, Paul, man, one of the best hosts in the business, man. I really appreciate what you're doing. I learned a lot from you watching you as well. You got my man, Jarrell Solo on Sports Glenn. He all the way from San Antonio, Texas, man. My brother, man. And we, in our absence of my actual brother, Jason, the Hefty Lefty, my nephew, Donald, the voice of the youth, Andrew mic'd up on Daddy Duty, Ray more than just a barber, Lindsay on Daddy Duty. Big shout out to Ray. Both of his kids have graduated from high school and getting ready to go to college. Both of them got full ride scholarships. So Ray will be joining us very soon. Michael the People's Champ is on a birthday tour. Like Michael the People's Champ, he was just at the Bruno Mars concert in Columbus. So he had a birthday 2 months. So Mike will be back. Right now he's seeing the world. And we can't do none of this without JK and the chef cooking it up in the kitchen, man. So what we normally do at the end of this show, I think, Tasha, can you hear me, Tasha?
Yeah.
You're going to have the opportunity to end the show. What we doing, Tasha?
We vamos azulin.
Hey, see y'all Saturday. Peace.